Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Hey Kevin, what are we doing today? What was yesterday, or not yesterday's, Monday's today command? Yeah, I think this is still fine. Wednesday, Am's launching this, means he wants to focus on all the things that are going to impact this. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's it. I don't think many people are even really using the today command anymore. Actually, I don't even think many people are chatting anymore. So I think that's the problem with making a specific today command for something. Hang on 1 second. Let me take a look at this. Okay. Yeah, so yesterday, I regret to say that I spent almost the entire day on an issue that I did not figure out. And wow, that could have been incredibly bad what I just did. Thank goodness it wasn't. Oh man, I'm not even explaining what just happened. All right, what is this? What's new in V1.7? Click inside a page preview to edit it without opening the note. I just want to see if there's anything that stands out to me here because I don't want to read the entire thing right now. Anyway, cool. It's getting updated. Hey, human puppet. So the thing that I worked on was this. There was an issue. I want to see, did anyone comment on it? No. Yeah, I ended up with a very specific scene hierarchy in Godot. And when I tried to do something, it said that an object was already disposed. And I think this is a bug in Godot. Hey, microservice. Also, I'm assuming it's working now, Kevin. Can you hear me? Anyway, this is always something that's kind of difficult to figure out. So the issue is there's a bug in either my code or Godot itself. I think it's Godot. Regardless, what do we do in the meantime? So the options are pretty much like wait for a fix. Hey, Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Hey, Kevin. Wait for a fix, make a fix ourselves, or work around it. That's pretty much it. Or just, I guess, like live with the brokenness. And depending on the bug, maybe that's okay, right? Like the game right now crashes when you quit it. Well, since you're already quitting it, it's not really a big problem. So we've just been living in the brokenness there. What if it's just some deep copy stuff? I mean, it's still a question of what do we do about it, right? Like if it's a problem in Godot, I think making a fix myself is probably going to be very difficult to do because I'm not familiar with the Godot code base. So anyway, I think we're going to fall into this category because the problem, what it's stopping, I didn't even explain that, is an easy way of us outlining NPCs. And I think it's really important that we allow you to outline NPCs. And I really like the solution I came up with too. And all I had to do was apply it and it just didn't work. So for example, with the town hall, if you hover over this, it highlights the sign. You can see that. And same thing, if you hover over the building, it lets you know that you can hover over the sign. Although you could also just click the building. Whoa, that's apparently escape doesn't close this window. Should probably make that happen. Let me write that down. Anyway, the NPC should work the same way. Pressing escape should probably close all of the skill windows. Skill tree, skill tree, town perks. Yeah, the NPCs, it's like hovering over here should let you know you can click this character. And as mentioned, I have the perfect solution. It just doesn't work. So we have this outline parent on hover. And that's it. You just need to put this on top of something and it just works. So if you look at the town hall scene, we have outline parent on hover. That's it. You're done. You don't need to apply any scripts or anything else. But yeah, it does not like it when you do this. So there are some potential workarounds. Hey, GE, what am I building? I'm making a game called Skeleseller. And I say this in the nicest possible way. I end up explaining this like 14 times per day if I don't end up just linking to the command. So please do take a look at the command, the FAQ. And if there's any questions you have after that, feel free to ask. That's totally fine. I don't mean to be a jerk when I just link in a command. I saw you made the outline parent thing. Yeah, and I like this. I think part of how does it break? So I'll link in the issue that I have here because this explains everything. Yeah, here. So, um, one reason that I thought this might be happening is that maybe it's that we're using a canvas group versus an animated sprite 2D. It turns out that that's not the case. It's that we have a reference to a node in a base scene that gets inherited. So a reference to a node in any scene, totally fine. Reference to a node when there's inheritance, not fine anymore. So we could, I guess, ditch scene inheritance. This is a little weird because I want scene inheritance, but it would work. It would just be a code-based solution, which is not that bad. Let me think about this. We would have... Okay, I guess there are a couple things we could do. We could either use composition and not inheritance. I think this wouldn't work for some pieces of this because Godot uses inheritance. But anyway, composition is one way. The other thing we could do is build this through code. Then positioning would be tough. The other way is just duplicate a bunch of scenes. I guess we should explore this a little bit. So we use the NPC so we can get a clickable area and a new quest indicator. We could have all of this just exist inside of Guildmaster, right? The Guildmaster has an NPC rather than is an NPC. I find this a little strange, I guess. Yeah, the Guildmaster would have an NPC instead of being an NPC. So it's more like Guildmaster node, and underneath it, it has the Guildmaster. And then I think that would work. I mean, maybe we should try this with one of these. What is the NPC scene even doing? It's literally just letting you click it. That's it. In fact, it doesn't even use the quest indicator thing. That seems like an oversight. Yeah, that definitely seems like an oversight. How does Shopkeep use it? Quest indicator. We fetch it in here. I guess it's not a big difference either way. It's a little strange. Okay, this will definitely work. Building through code, I guess, would also work. We'd say a Guildmaster is like take NPC and instantiate it, and then add in any other controls we need. Which in the case of the Guildmaster, we only have 3 NPCs right now. We have a Shopkeep, which does nothing special. We have a Guildmaster, which has a dialogue, which, to be honest, I don't know why this is even here. Guildmaster Battle Nudge. Did we just not want to make it through code? We get this. Okay, that's fine. This is a little weird. Isn't this why we made fade functions? Set it to the start alpha. Oh, because we fade it either in or out. I don't think we should have done this. And then when it's done, we do something. Okay. Hey, Smack. All right, I'm seeing a few different things that I kind of want to do something about. Let's scroll to the top of this and write, what's this called? Fade Battle Nudge. Should probably not exist the way that it does. Okay, so then the Enchanter is the last one. Yeah, they're all just NPCs. One of the things I don't like about working around an issue is we're going to end up with scenes that look like this. There's going to be Guildmaster and then NPC, and then Enchanter and then NPC, and then Shopkeep and NPC. And we're going to have a very obvious question in the future. Why did we do things this way? And the answer is to work around a bug. Just a little strange. Try GPT. Well, so microservice, I spent a lot of yesterday on this, and I debugged things myself, and I couldn't figure out why this is happening, and then I tried different things out. At this point, I think the best thing to do is let the Godot experts chime in on this. And if they say, yep, this is a bug, then it doesn't matter what ChatGPT says, because then it's kind of on the Godot people to fix it. Now that's a little strange here because Godot is a community project, so technically I could also fix it because I'm part of the community. But yeah, I think I've done everything I should do about looking into this bug. I've reported it. I feel like that's the responsible thing. And now at this point, I'll wait for a human to respond. Okay, the alternative was, like I said, duplicate a bunch of scenes. I don't like that idea. Build this through code. This would actually be fine. We could just say there's an NPC scene and we have scripts to set it. Could just set all of the NPC properties through the code, e.g. which animated sprite to use. Yeah, that would work. And then there's actually one other solution here, which is try to use inherited scenes without referencing nodes the way that I was. I wonder if this is possible. Even if it's possible, I don't know if it's a good thing, but maybe it's doable. So I want there to be, what is this? It's an animated sprite. I want there to be a canvas group here, I guess. I want there to be the whole outline parent on hover. Oh, you know what I didn't try? Oh, this is the easiest possible thing. I did not try a newer version of Godot. It's possible this is just already fixed. How do you experimental release? November 8th. Okay, so 5 days ago. Yeah, let's try downloading this. Actually, I already wanted to test something here anyway, so this is going to let me test two things. I wanted to test to see, does it crash when I quit? So we're going to load this up. I guess I should probably close the last one, because what's going to happen here is Godot is going to migrate my project, and I don't want two of these open fighting each other when I switch between tabs. Why is this open? Oh, because of this. Yeah, let's see. So I open this up. Yep, that's fine. I wonder how it changed the project. Let's see. Oh, whoops, it just changed the version. Okay, sometimes it actually does change something more than just that. And now let's try running this. I don't have the code that uses the node referencer, so this isn't going to do anything all that special. But we will be able to tell if it crashes when we quit. We'll also be able to tell if it just works. Hey, Hap. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, everything looks the same. Let's quit. Yeah, it does not crash, it seems. There is this, though. What? Oh, no, it does crash. Oh, man, that sucks. Invalid UID. I didn't even copy this correctly, apparently. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, man, why doesn't... That doesn't get fixed? That's not good. This PR was merged. Yeah, it was merged, and it was on August 27th, so it's almost certainly inside the November 8th build. Well, guess we're going to put more work into that. I'm on the right version. Correct? Please tell me correct. What is going on with this dialogue? There we go. 4.4, yeah. Ooh, that's a shame. Okay, well, let's try loading up the repro in 4.4. I probably shouldn't have closed that. Yeah, let's open that again. And then let's go find the repro. I don't even know if this is it. It should have been it, but I might have made some changes afterward. So what we'll do is we'll just open this up. That's disposed object repro 2. Now we got to go find that. Temp 2. Import. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is a really hard to maneuver window sometimes. All right, I'm going to hit play, and we'll see if this happens. Hey, Campbell Soup. It's taking time. Yeah, it's still happening. All right, well, now I can at least say that I tested it there too. Guess we'll edit this. Reproducible in, and then let's copy the build. It's too bad. I was going to say, if it were fixed in this version, I would just stop worrying about this completely. But it's not. So now we have to worry about it. Anyway, how would we do this? Try to use inherited scenes without referencing nodes the way that I was. We would need for the NPC to know which thing should be outlined on hover. Outline parent on hover. Outline holder. So this couldn't exist. Where do we use this to begin with? Item display. Item bin. Enchanter pot. Yeah, and the only inheritance that these use is for the node. Node reference does not work anywhere, just for this particular case. Just for this particular case. It's got to be a node reference in an inherited scene. Wednesday Adams. Hey, it fits, Josepher. Also, hi. Hi, TJ. How's everybody doing? So, how would we do this? We need these things to be set, but not through the editor, I guess. I mean, it's possible to just set them manually. I wonder if that would work. Let's try that. We should be able to try it with this minimal repro. How do we do that, though? I guess attach a script to this. Derived.cs. And then this inherits from base. Base should set a protected node referencer. Yeah. Hey, Goose. Hey, Dark. Does it expect for dependencies to be injected? No, it doesn't. Like I said, I think this is just a bug in Godot. I mean, imagine that there's code like this, right? Imagine you have some like int sum x comma y, and you say return x plus y plus 1. This is a bug. It's not just adding the two numbers. It's also adding 1 at the end. There's no dependency injection. There's no like, well, can we do this? It's just this function is broken. That's what I think is happening. There's just some function inside of Godot that's broken. And there's no way we can take care of this unless we go into the Godot code and be like, oh, there's the bug, and delete it. So that's why we're trying to figure out a workaround for it right now. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to save a reference, protected node referencer, node referencer. And I guess set this equal to null like that, null forgiving. Then in here, we're going to get this. What is it called? It's called node referencer. Okay, that's good. This is not in the right namespace. All right, name node referencer does not exist because it's inheriting from canvas group and not from base. There we go. And then can we set the reference in here? Node set through editor. Yeah, we can. And I want it to be this. Then we go and delete the connection from the base scene. Oh, did they change this? They did. What does this thing do? Include files from add-ons and grid view. Wow, that's pretty cool. They changed the scene selector. Hey, Iconic Tapper. Well, we're not going to get that changed until we actually officially upgrade. I, in fact, shouldn't even be working with this version of Godot right now, but I am. So yeah, what if we just revert this and then try running this? Is that enough? It still breaks? Oh no, object not set to an instance of an object. Where is that coming from? This is node referencer. Yeah, we just can't do this. But that's fine. Now we run that again. Okay, it seems like that works. So it's just with the exported variable. This is incredibly specific wording that people might just think, oh, he just slapped a bunch of words together, but it's actually pretty important. In fact, I should probably write this down, that if I set this through code, it doesn't repro anymore, which means that that should be our workaround, because that is a totally fine solution. And the nice thing about just having something set through code is that we can just write a comment on it and it'll be obvious why we did things this way, as opposed to some like scene specific design that we do. Oh my God, there's a lot to unwind there. Let's go figure that out. It seems that there's a workaround. Oh, I should write this in the issue. Yeah, that way everyone can benefit from it. Well, how about this? Let's verify that it works first, and then let's write in the issue. Work around this. So try out my solution of setting the node reference through code. And then if that works, modify the issue to mention that it works. Yeah. Is there something like, is node ready? Yeah. Why do you ask? All right. So we got to go back to Godot, whatever I was on, 4.3 or something. I don't know what. So we got to close out of this and then open up this one. Yeah. And then revert this, I guess. Yeah. Are we using it? Microservice, I recognize that you're trying to be helpful, but I think I've given you enough context for this, and I also know how I'm going to proceed. So I think we've got a good grip on what's going to happen now. Yeah. All right. So we got to revert this and this. And then the Godot file. Oh, this did change more. Interesting. It just didn't change it on a brand new project. Huh, I wonder if anything else changed. Any other stuff here? This changed UIDs, but I think it changed UIDs of all the stuff that was broken. So that's actually probably something we want to keep. And then this is just a mistake, probably caused by a dirty keyboard. I've been accidentally deleting stuff because I think my switches they just need to be cleaned. Because I don't know how much you can tell, but the switches are just resting on the PCB right now, and the only case is a case beneath it. So it's very easy for dust and dirt to get into the switches, basically. And I normally clean it like once a month, but I just haven't yet. I'm going to write that down for tomorrow because this is causing problems. Clean my keyboard. Okay, so we got a lot of little changes to make. Can I refresh this? Maybe scan? No, that doesn't work. It says 4.4. That's why I'm wondering if I can refresh this. No, you probably can't. Unless maybe I click over here. No, you can't. Okay, that's fine. We'll just reopen it. I just want to make sure that this actually took. Yes, it did. Good. Cool. All right. Like I said, there's a lot to sort of figure out here. So we need to make a canvas group, make this the scene root, rename this to NPC, just call this animated sprite 2D, get rid of the script on here, attach it to the parent, and then that will have modified all of the derived scenes, which now we need to go make sure are correct. That one is, that one is, that one also is. Well, I don't know how that one happened. Oh, because I did not make this unique, or yeah, I didn't. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do this too. Access is unique name. Now we need to give this a shader. Canvas outline shader. I think Godot forgot how my window was laid out when I switched versions. Excuse me. Okay, so this is all looking good. We can close out of the collider there. What next? What next? What next? Gotta make sure this still didn't break. Yeah. Okay, so now we change NPC. This is now a node 2D. Or I guess just like, well, it's a canvas group technically, but that doesn't really matter. And then here comes the difficult part. So we need to add an outline holder and an outline parent on hover, but we can't set these references through the editor. We need to set them through code. So let's see how easy that is to do. I guess go access his unique name. So outline holder is a node. Node outline holder. Get node outline holder. And then outline parent on hover. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Okay, now for both of these, we have things we need to set. I just need my syntax highlighting back here. Oh, actually, what am I doing? They're technically named nodes, so we could do this. Outline holder. Yeah, there we go. Outline parent on hover. Cool. So now we set this node. What? Are you kidding me? What's going on right now? Why is F12 not working? Maybe we need to rebuild, which is going to break now. This has node with shader that we need to set. Node with shader equals this. And then outline. All right, that should be it. I know we're missing percents, but I actually don't think they're necessary if we... I don't think they're necessary, but I guess we're about to find out. But yes, that is something I want to add in. I just wanted to test this in the fastest possible way. All right, does it work? No, I think it's broken. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Oh, because outline holder has a ready thing that it won't be able to access now? Yeah, this would... This would not work. What we could do is make an outline holder that's set through code. Yeah. And then not call ready here. And it would instead need to know that the parent is ready. Which means I guess it could just be an init function. I guess there could just be an init function. Public void init. Do this stuff. This just calls init. Yeah. Make it nullable. Call those 2 lines on the setter maybe. That could also work. I think we would need to be clear that these things aren't set and ready. Let me think about this. Added the scene tree. This is going to get added, but we won't have set this thing yet. Alternatively, couldn't we... What are the other functions besides ready? Scene tree. How do we get to the newest version of the documentation? Here it is. They don't list them all out on here? They don't. Where does ready come from? Was there no way to find out? Okay, well, what? F12 is broken. What? Canceled installation of .NET 8.0.10. Requested version is invalid. Why is it even trying to do that? What? Maybe we should update VS Code. I'm guessing it's using something that's cached. Oh man, should apply to eye drops. Yeah, something else is wrong. Hey, brown hounds. How's it going? Okay, it doesn't show me the update notes for some reason. What do they call it? Patch notes? Update? What do they call it? Show release notes. Release is the word that they use. I think I've already looked at this. Huh. I don't know why that's showing up. But I also don't know why we can't. F12 just isn't working. I wonder if we need to clean this. I don't know why that would be necessary. It still doesn't work. Why C# over GDScript? I've got a command here. Why not GDScript? I think if you're struggling to make the decision, I'd probably say just go with GDScript. My complaints are getting alleviated over time anyway. But I mean, we've already pretty much committed to C# at this point. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we can't do this. Is it still complaining about this? It is. Where is this coming from? Yeah, sure thing, Brownhouse. Cancel the installation of this. Oh, it's an issue. Is it recent? 11 hours ago. Same as happened to me. Haven't changed anything or modified or installed. Just booted PC. Reinstall.net worked for me. Seriously. Hey, Sir Puffin. Interview for a clinical manager position today. Good luck. Hope you knock it out of the park. See below error and output in VS Code. Same for me. Reinstalling VS Code or .net doesn't help. This is temporary fix. You can set the extension version to 25.27. Sorry, I don't know why I read it that way. 2.50.27. So this is because some new extension thing is expecting this. Well, I'm guessing that's what's causing this problem. That's probably what's causing this problem. This is so stupid. All right. So what do we do? Set this. How do we do that? Install specific version. Okay. And it's for C#. There it is. What? I don't see that install specific version thing. Do you have to click? Was it on uninstall? Oh, it's on uninstall. Okay, the thing was beneath here. That's what confused me for a sec. All right, so we just install 27. Yeah, this is from 18 hours ago. Well, gotta write a note. Someone there pushed a prod. Yeah, so later when the C# extension doesn't have this issue, install the latest version. Okay, so now we restart it, and now hopefully I can navigate through code again. Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, so where does ready come from? Ready, not there. Probably canvas item. No, not there either. Node? I guess it would make sense if Node had it. Aha, here it is. Okay, cool. So Node has it, which means now that I know, I can go into the Node documentation. Actually, this one works too, because this inherits from Node, so we can just click that. And now I can see what all of those are. Because there's stuff like enter tree here. Does it list them all out in some place? Yep, here. Enter tree, exit tree, ready. Oh, that's it. I guess there aren't that many. What does this one do? Call when the node enters the scene tree. If it has children, this will be called first, then that of the children. Okay, I see. That works for you. I don't know then. Yeah. Hey, Snowday. Hey, Stybo. Can I link that issue really quick? Yeah, sure. Where did... Oh, hey, 1 minute ago. We got a bug label in there. Nice. They're reading my issue. Yay. All right, so going back to the problem we actually have, what Kevin had suggested is, what if we were to just use this in the setter? And I'm not positive it'll work through the editor anymore, but I guess we can try that out. So we say set. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Oh, we need a backing thing now. Private canvas item node with shader. This should just know what to do. Good. Get, I guess, needs to return the node with shader. Yeah. Only auto-implemented properties can have initializers. Yeah, of course. Okay, so now we don't need this stuff. And I just need to write a note saying why we did this. To do write note that we can't assume this was set through the editor due to this. Yeah, okay. So now we'd have to try this out. So we can just press F5 and cross our fingers. Rather set them as nullable and test for nulls, just in case you forgot to assign stuff in the inspector or lose a reference. Oh, I actually needed to set that to null, right? Because it's going to say the same thing about not set. Yeah. So this has to be this, and this has to be this. And this is just set to null directly. Dereference of possibly null value. Sure. All right, is that working yet? It might be giving us the same error. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Where is this happening now? What's calling this? I don't know what has outline parent on hover. It's probably the guild master, but I guess let's just set a breakpoint here. Clickable area. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I know what's going on. This is another one of those things we need to set. Oh my God. God. What a sucky thing. Oh man. All right. Let's go do it, I guess. Private collision object 2D. Clickable area. So this returns the clickable area. This sets it. Then we get rid of this. Possibly null value. I mean, I guess we can just say if this is not equal to null. It's such stupid code. So stupid. And then same thing here. If clickable area is not equal to null. Okay, now what? Does it work? It might break on the town hall now. Also might just break on this anyway. Still not set to an instance of an object. This is NPC line 10. Line 10. We can't get the clickable area. Oh, it does have to be with percent signs? I know Kevin mentioned this, but I thought it didn't have to be. But all right, new quest indicator. Do we even have this the way that I think it is? Clickable area. I don't know. Let's just try running this. Did I assign nodes in the inspector? I can't assign the nodes in the inspector. That's the bug we're trying to work around right now. Hey, look at that. It worked. Except for now we're highlighting all of them, but that's a local to scene thing that we can fix. Then there's still a problem somewhere. Node not found, shopkeep. Shopkeep new quest indicator. This needs a %sign. Yep, that's what we have. And then let's also make this be local to the scene. And try running that. What a ridiculous bug. Is it working now? Yeah, nice. Now we're only highlighting one of these things. Oh, that looks kind of cool. It's highlighting it behind this. Now, what's the problem here? New quest indicator was modified from inside an instance, but it has vanished. This is, I think, the original bug. I don't know if there's anything we can do about this. Unless there's an obvious issue in the Guildmaster. No, there isn't. Oh, man. I think this is because we're calling dispose on the NPC. This is, okay, let me show what the bug is. Take a look at this. Protected override dispose. All right, so if I put a breakpoint here, this is what makes no sense to me, and this is why I filed that bug. So we're going to instantiate the guild right here. We call scene.instantiate. All this is doing is it's just like I did this in the editor, that I just clicked a button and typed in guild here. I mean, imagine I found the guild. I'm not going to find the guild, but there, let's say that's the guild. That's what that's doing. It's just calling instantiate on guild. And then somehow that's ending up with calling dispose on the NPC. We're never deleting anything. We're not freeing anything. If you look through all of the call stack, it doesn't have anything really all that interesting in it. We call instantiate, which is a native call in Godot. Then that's going to do this, which again, native call. This is code that doesn't really need to make sense. And then we eventually call into external code. I don't know what that is. Then we get back to this, which we can't see. And then we get back to dispose. And then here we are in dispose. Hey, Mango. Hired and trained for arbitrage. What kind of arbitrage? Yeah, what kind of arbitrage? Statistical crypto arbitrage. I think you're basically just saying, do those skills transfer? Because it's not really easy for me to say that, right? Like, is a chess grandmaster all of a sudden going to be good at math? Maybe. I don't know. What's the thought behind this question, though? Is it like, what if if I'm a chess grandmaster, can I make more money doing crypto stuff? All right, so I don't know if there's a workaround for this. Oh, wait, it stopped happening. What? Wait, yeah, what? Oh, it stopped happening because I'm broken in on dispose right now. It's once you call dispose that then it's going to say that the new quest indicator went away. All right, I think this is a problem. So stupid. Can we see the quest indicator or no? We can. I think it's deleting the one in the root scene. Oh, I misinterpreted your question. When you said could be trained better, I thought you meant better than the average person. Oh, I don't know how much money there's to be made in chess tournaments. I mean, suppose there were $100 million, then it's probably easier to just do the chess tournament. But yeah, I don't know. But still, what's the sentiment behind even that question? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Is there like a, are you going to try to campaign for chess players to switch professions or something. Hmm. There doesn't really seem to be an impact from doing this. But I don't know if something's going to pop up down the line. Also, if we're disposing the NPC, won't we have problems with every part of this? Why is it just with this thing? Oh, because it's an instantiated scene? Is that why? Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, now I think I understand. Let's put a dispose thing here too. I'm guessing this is being called. Yeah, there's some like super weird thing happening here. Do we even have? It's not even a. There's a script, but oh, here it is. Okay, so we do this. Make sure we don't already have a dispose function. We don't. Okay, I'm guessing that's gonna get called, and it definitely shouldn't be called. I didn't set a breakpoint there. I was like, why is it getting hit? But yeah, I still think it's gonna break in there. It didn't. Why does it complain then about this? Was modified from inside an instance, but it has vanished. I wonder if this shows up with anything clear over here. I guess I would assume at least 50% of top 100 chess players are better than 90% of $1 million a year hackers at math. I don't even think hacking is about math necessarily. Okay, so I would not say I'm an expert hacker or anything, but I have learned from some people I would say are expert hackers. And generally, I think it's building up a large enough tool set and then prodding at what you know to be vulnerabilities elsewhere, or like intimately analyzing various data streams that you get. Hey, Green Gog. All right, sprite texture in the inherited scene disappears. I think this is my problem. Modify for inside instance, but it's vanished. Do they have the same setup that I do? They have a scene that's inherited. Huh, I think that's what's going on. I like this issue. I'm going to try to solve it. Oh, try to fix it but can't. Here's the MRP. This is October 6th. Oh god. All right, I think this is very similar. Refactoring scene breaks custom properties in inherited scene. This might be the problem too. This is in 2018. Base class mostly can't be touched when there are many inherited scenes made from it. If in inherited scenes, a hierarchy of new nodes is added. Maybe that's the problem, but I don't know how we would even look into that. I didn't even change the guild master. Although maybe that's what's causing this. Oh, what a frustrating set of things. I feel like you just shouldn't use scene inheritance. It seems like there are too many issues. Maybe we have to dig into the guild master scene. I just see editable path, new quest indicator. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't want there to be this warning forever, but I'm not really confident this is going to get fixed. Not sure they're quite the same. I don't think this one necessarily is, but this one I think could be the same as what I'm experiencing. But there were two other ones, right? No, just that, I guess. Error trying to instantiate a scene when there's already an instance of the same scene. What? That looked like the other issue that I just saw. Oh, maybe I looked at the wrong thing. Yeah, I did look at the wrong thing. Okay, what does this say? Is Godot on Steam? Is that what I'm to understand? It is. I don't think I knew that. Wow, it's got reviews and everything. I don't know why that's funny to me. I just didn't expect that. Couldn't handle the inheritance issues. Pretty good. Better than a C# joke. Okay, how often do we use inherited scenes? Is there even a way to know that? What does this say? Yeah, here. I don't know if this alone is good enough to see that this is happening. Oh my God, we use it for all of the signs and everything. Oh my goodness. I think we just move forward and ignore this. I'm not sure. Eocleus? Okay, well, here's what we're getting. I wonder where this warning's even coming from. All right, well, technically, I guess my workaround worked, but why is it only complaining about new quest indicator? I don't know. It could be that it's got a unique name, and it could be that it is an instantiated scene itself. I guess, is there any other thing? Like, it didn't complain about Collider. Yeah, all right, let's try something else then here. Let's do this. Let's go instantiate a tooltip on parent. And then just, yeah, that's it. I don't even want to do anything else there. And let's just see, does that cause a problem with that too? It is a warning, and yeah, maybe I could ignore it, but I just want to see what is the total fallout of this. Did it complain about that as well? Oh, I have to set a tooltip for that. We don't have a way of setting a tooltip on that, do we? No, we don't. Although we could also just add in a tooltip now. No, wait, it needs to be a tooltip. Okay, let's just delete this. Let's just make a tooltip. Excuse me, there. Now, we don't need that to have anything, but if it complains about the tooltip as well, then yes, this is a problem with instantiated scenes. So did it? No. It says it was modified from inside an instance. Then maybe it's the guildmaster doing something specifically with the new quest indicator. New quest indicator. We're setting its visibility. Maybe it's that. Let's put a breakpoint there. It's not that. Something's got to be setting this to visible, though. Oh, wait, no. Nothing has to be setting it because it's not visible. So then, why is it complaining about this? Maybe because of this? But that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, it already happened before this. It's already printed out. Maybe it's the base ready function. I don't know. Even if I did know, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter there. It probably has to do with dispose being called for this. What order does this happen in? Dispose is called before ready is even called? What? It's never even entered the scene tree, but it got instantiated and deleted immediately. Weird. Is it that dispose call that's causing that issue to happen? Maybe it is. Dispose shouldn't be getting hit. I think that's the bug. But if I skip over this one line, no, it's not that that's causing this. But now we would just be going in the dark right now. No, it happened somewhere over here. But who knows where. Oh, wait. We know that it at least had to... That doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What do we do about this? And yeah, why is it happening just for new quest indicator? Maybe because this does something in here. Maybe setup tweens is causing it. Just what a bizarre set of problems I'm having here. No, it's happening even before this. All right, I want to take a look at the Godot code itself and see if there's anything we can glean from that. Huh, weird. Here it is. Got it. Get the node from somewhere. It likely already exists from another instance. If parent, get it from there. And if debug is enabled, then warn print that it's vanished. What is this? What is this function called? Node from ID. So we have an ID for a particular node, and that's what's causing this. And we know it's a new quest indicator. New quest indicator. There's no ID here. I guess Godot assigns a resource ID when this thing is created. And the function is packscene.instantiate. Did I misread? Or yeah, you're right, I did. Yeah. Vanished. So this means that the node was already instantiated. Yeah, okay. I think I know what's going on, or at least I kind of understand. The Guildmaster is somehow also instantiating a new quest indicator. Maybe this has to do with canvas groups? Hard to say. But the NPC also has it. Wait, this only happens with the Guildmaster. I wonder if we just deleted this, what would happen? Probably gonna cause some other issue. But I wonder if they're deviating too far from the base scene. Did that cause an issue? Guildmaster Battle Nudge not found? Guildmaster Battle Nudge. Alright, what if we just never got it? Bade Battle Nudge never recalled. Yeah, should just be fine. Because maybe we file a bug on this. And just that's it. 2 days lost to just filing bugs. It's not a full day lost on this. And we are making some progress, I think. That fixed it. What? What? Oh my god. All right. I think we got to file a bug on that. Oh, that makes no sense. So we deleted. Oh man. We deleted this. And then the scene worked. Oh man. Yeah, let's go file a bug. I should actually take a break first, and then we should file a bug. File a bug on the Guildmaster thing. I just have to delete. We got to come up with a minimal repro for this, though. This from the scene for it to happen. Figure out the minimal repro for that. May well be that the debug print is wrong in assuming which node name to print. And that's the issue. It could be, yeah, but I don't know enough about what's going on there. And then we need to figure out how we want to work around this. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. All right, y'all have fun playing Jump Royale. Just type join in Twitch chat to play. I'll be back in a few minutes. See ya. Hi again, everybody. Hey, wow, Oakleus, you won on your first time. Good job. You've been studying the game. All right, close the game. GG, everybody. All right, so time to go file a bug on this. So what we should do is open up the original repro. So delete that, open this up, and then alter this one. I'll just open another Godot window, I guess. What is this? This is ScaleSeller. I want this. Okay, clicking this should be fine. So what we need to do is in the derived scene, have a reference to another scene. We don't have another scene, so I guess we just make anything here. Sure, control. Empty scene to be referenced. And then instantiate that here, empty scene to be referenced. and then run this without the node referencer? I don't even know. Let's just hit play. I think it's going to complain about the first issue, which means we need to go fix that. Yes, we need to go fix that. So we go to the base class and we cut this out, and we go to its script and make sure it's not doing anything. There, that's it. Now we run this. Now give us a different error. No, I want an error here. We need to prove that this isn't working. Maybe it needs to have a script. Maybe it needs to be invisible. Maybe it needs to have a unique name. Any of these things could be true. Who knows? Let's go give it a unique name and try that again. Nope, it's not that. Let's try giving it a script. Sure. Try that. Nope. Maybe we make it invisible. I don't know why that would have any impact. Maybe actually the problem is by making a change in the parent when that already has the resource. Yeah, let's try adding a label in here and then try running this. Oh man, I was hoping that would work. It did not. All right, well, maybe, what else? What else is this? What's different? This is a dialogue. I don't think that matters. Oh, also, this doesn't even have a script. Oh, well, then we can delete that. Empty scene to be referenced attached script. Yeah, let's just copy everything exactly as long as we're doing this right. It's a panel, a margin container, and then a rich text label. So we're going to go over to this one. Change type. Panel container. That's not what I meant. Panel container, margin container, rich text label. Call this panel container, not that it matters. And then try running that. Still no error. Maybe because, I don't know. Let's try over here. If we just run the Guildmaster scene, does the error happen? Because if not, then we're not even testing the right thing. It doesn't. Oh, come on. Yeah, drat. So what is it? When we run the guild, is that even going to work? At some point, we're going to get to a scene we can't even run. Can we run this one? We can, and there's no bug there. Is it only when you instantiate this through code? Oh, man. All right, let's try saving this. Main.tscn. Then I want to run this scene, but this needs a script. So main.cs, I guess. And then from here, I want to instantiate a... Hang on, I have this code somewhere. Temp. Canvas group repro. Whoops. Copy. Instantiate. Got it. All right, main.cs. Just copy this out of here, put it into here. Not a shop, it's just a derived scene. Okay, let's try that. Does that break? We got to run this scene now. It does not break. Anyone instantiating with packed scene? Yeah, I'm now doing that, but it's still not causing the problem. Also, if I were to make this visible, shouldn't we see something here? Maybe we don't, because this needs some text. This is a test. Oh, there it is. It's just really tiny. So that means that this needs a size or something. Shouldn't this know that it has a size? All right, well, whatever. We'll set a minimum size of like 200 by 200. Whoa. What? I guess it's working. So now if I hit play, we're going to see some like, yep, there, that works. Now, what about in main? We should see the exact same thing. I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, we do see the same thing. Weird. What's different about this? The Guildmaster inherits from NPC. NPC had a bunch of changes made to it. That might have been the problem, is we need to make those same changes. Maybe we need to change the base type. That could be it. Let's change this to a node 2D. And then try running. We got to have main be set as our default scene. How do we do that? Is there like a set as... Got to go through the project. All right. Set this as main. Click that. Click that. That did not cause it. Maybe now changing it back to a canvas group. I don't know. I don't know why this happens here. We have the same general structure, right? I guess the only other difference is that Guildmaster has its own script. Maybe we need to make a script for the other thing. Might as well try it. Otherwise I'm going to be going nuts all day. Attach script derived.cs. Derived ready. I don't think just having a script is probably enough. Also, this needs to know that it inherits from base, which means it needs to be in the same namespace. It's still not happening. How very confusing. What else could be different between these two setups? And it's just new quest indicator too. Let me try running this again. It should be happening right now. It's not? Okay, then that means something changed in the Guildmaster scene when I just went and changed that. What changed in here? Look at that. New quest indicator was there twice. What? Okay, that's the problem. But I don't know what caused this. All I know is that we somehow got rid of it, I guess. I'm pretty much positive that this used to be here. And that if I save this, we're going to run into that problem again. Right? No. Something else going on. Maybe this was also there, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, I'm less confident about that. I wonder if we could just Command Z through the scene a bunch of times and try to get it to what it was. I want to keep local changes. And then I want to Command Z a couple of times. It's not doing anything anymore. Yeah, probably deleted the undo buffer. So now this issue doesn't happen at all anymore. Maybe clicked make local or unique by accident. I don't think it was that. You know what we could do? Oh my God, this is going to be so frustrating. But we could probably revert back to what I had at the very beginning of the stream and then recreate this bug. Oh, man. All right. Let's do it. Oh, I have resigned myself to pain today. Add a new node to the parent and then make an existing node in the child at that new node in your demo project. Well, I'm going to go back to what this project used to be. So we're just going to stash everything I have. And we're going to try this again. So now all that's gone. Go back into here. Why? Did the grid change? I might have pressed a button here. Yeah, there we go. The second part of my message. I've also seen it move or duplicate nodes and derived scenes when the base one is changed. Yeah, I think it's that. I think it is the second half of your message. I think it's that we're doing something in the base scene and it's just messing things up. So how do we get that to happen from here? We need to add in. All right, let's just write down the steps so I don't forget this. We're going to instantiate an outline holder in NPC. So we click this, instantiate outline holder. And then we're not even going to set a thing in there. And then over here, we're going to delete the ready function. Where did my temporary tab go? There, yeah. And then delete the outline holders ready function. Hey, Danilo. I don't even know how to answer. How's it going right now? I'm doing a lot of frustrating things. Change a property of the inherited children in the derived, then change something in the original node. That might do it. Yeah, I'm going to kind of tinker around here and see if we can get to the problem. None of these are the same warning. So that alone wasn't enough to do it. Maybe making clickable area unique now. Let's try that. Make clickable area unique. Or access via unique name or whatever. Tried running, no issue. It is going, and I am hopeful that we're going to get to the bottom of this. And I'm pretty hopeful that we can come up with an amenable solution. Or at least as amenable as workarounds can be. It still hasn't happened. What else did we do? I should have taken a picture. Yeah, I should have taken a picture. I guess let's just go back and look at the stream. Adam learns. Mute. Oh, good. It's got me clutching my face in my hands. If that's not indicative of today, I don't know what is. All right, where do I look at the editor? There we go. Guildmaster. So what do we add here? I'll just take a picture. Okay, so we changed the root node. Maybe that's what's important. Add canvas group. Make scene root. This might break everything. Tried running, no issue. Add canvas group to NPC and make it the scene root. I haven't changed any scripts or any paths, so it's possible this breaks for a different reason. Yeah. Oh, wait, look at that. New quest indicator was modified from inside an instance, but it's vanished. That does it. Causes a bunch of issues, but it also causes the new quest indicator issue. Okay, so then here's what we do. We go and ditch all of the changes we just made. So revert all that. And now what we're going to do is try this from scratch. We're just going to, let's try running this. This should have no issues whatsoever because this is the code I had before all this. So we should see nothing pop up here. Maybe some things about UIDs. That doesn't matter though. Yeah, we're just seeing UID stuff, but nothing else. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, add canvas group, and make scene root. And run it again. And maybe that's the only change we needed to make. Yeah. Okay. So then how do we get this to work in the minimal repro? Let's put a bunch of X's here. And let's revert back to even yet again what we had originally. Revert. So we have a base scene and a derived scene. The derived scene has an extra node in it. And we change the type from animated sprite. I don't know what's important here because I couldn't repro this the first time and I think I tried something like that. But let's try it again and again and again and again until we eventually get this to work. So base is going to be an animated sprite 2D. Derived is going to be, well, I guess it's automatically an animated sprite. Then we have a control over here. I don't think we need this label. Why is there an exclamation mark? Sprite frames resource must be created or set. Oh, I don't care about that. This is a node 2D. That's totally fine. This is not me clicking that correctly. Cool. Okay, so if I just run this, there's no issue. Now we're going to try the steps I had done before. We add a canvas group, and then we make this the scene root. And now I run it. Come on. There's something more to it than this. But what is it? I feel like I'm so close to figuring this out. Maybe we just set up the exact same scene hierarchy. Wait, this does have a script. Available action indicator. Is that in here? It is. Did I delete it from this? Because I don't think that matters, but yeah, attach script, just empty scene to be referenced. This doesn't need to do anything. And like I said, I don't think it matters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Or at least not from there. What do we do? Delete this stuff. I swear we're probably so close to figuring this out. And then I'm gonna file a bug to end all bugs. It won't be looked at for a year. That's how complex it'll be. All right, let's just set up the original. Yeah, let's set up all the same things that we had here. So we don't even have a node referencer in here. We just have a clickable area, collider, new quest indicator, and then some special thing in the other scene. So delete this nonsense and add in all that same stuff. What is a clickable area? Is it an area 2D? Probably is. Yes, area 2D and then collision shape 2D. Sure. Area 2D, collision shape 2D. All right, let's give it a shape. Doesn't matter what we do. They're done. And then we need one other thing in here. The other thing being the new quest indicator, which is accessed by name. I think it's fine to just make that a label and access his unique name. So I think we have the same general scene hierarchy we had originally. This should still run. There shouldn't be any errors. And now when I try changing this by adding a canvas group and then making it the scene root and then hitting the play button, it should error. It doesn't. There might be something that the scripts are doing. Maybe it's just fetching them. Do we get the new quest indicator here? We don't. But we do from the Guildmaster. Although maybe that doesn't matter. Let's try that. So we're going to do the same steps we did. Add child node, canvas group, and make it the scene root. And then let's change Guildmaster to not even try accessing the new quest indicator. There. Does the bug still happen? It was in instantiate, so it can't be. The bug still has to happen because we didn't add it to the scene yet. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I only thought about that as I was about to run it. So it doesn't have to do with the script. And we're already in this case where things are wrong. I guess we can look at the Guildmaster scene and find out why. Yeah, see this stuff. This is what's causing this. If I delete this, the bug's going to go away. And something causes that to get deleted. Right? It's gone. It is gone. Yep. That's the issue. We just don't know why this is happening. So then maybe we can artificially recreate this inside the whatever, the repro project. Hang on, I have to find a picture really fast. I found it, but I need to find a larger image, a larger version of the picture. What? Why is there no larger version of this image? Hang on a second. I know I'm doing this off screen. I'm trying to find a... Ah, here we go. This is me right now. Hey, Batman. I am gonna get to the bottom of this. So at that point, guildmaster.tscn still has these two blocks in it, but it shouldn't. This is block number 1. Block number 2 is here. Yeah. Now, how do we replicate this? We just care about derived.tscn. And the equivalent that we had in this block, new quest indicator, is the thing that we're pointing to. I guess empty scene to be referenced. Ah, but we changed the offsets. Maybe that matters. And it's not visible in the parent. No, it's wait. No, it's not the empty thing to be referenced that matters. It's the thing that's in the base class. Yeah, I don't care about this. I care about this label. We make this invisible, and then in here we change its position. Layout, just move it somewhere. There, that might be enough. Does that work? And then we make it visible. Is that true though? Guildmaster, it's not visible over here. Wait, what? What? New quest indicator visible true. That's not even the case. It's not visible. I guess it can't override what the parent has done. And I guess that's the problem. But I don't know how we ended up in this state then. I only artificially got here. But still, let's see if it can happen. Oh man, this is quite the tough nut to crack. Does it work? No, because I needed to do the thing where I change the scene around. We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there. Yeah, what does this look like now in the derived scene? Control label, here it is. Unique name and owner true. It does not change the visibility though. Oh, I messed something up. Now we have base label and regular label. It's not what I want. I want to just set this thing to on. Now label has visible true. Is that enough to get this to work? Add canvas group, make scene root. This is why I don't use inherited scenes. I do not blame you. Did it happen? It happened? Oh, we did it. Okay. All right. So now we just gotta submit this, but maybe with the video, because I think the steps we took to get here are what's important. I think we should be able to reproduce this from a blank slate though. Yeah. And I don't know exactly how we do that, but let's go make a new project. Oh man, I can't believe this. Just can't believe this. What a ridiculous setup we have. Okay, now new project. And we're going to say vanished node repro. And put this inside of temp because I don't want it. Yep, that looks good. Version control none. Just send them a stream. I've done that before for certain bugs, and it actually does help. If you're ever using a product and you're like, hey, look at these repro steps, then yeah, just, click this thing, then click over here, and there's a bug. Yeah, video for that and just me talking about it, I think is all that's needed. But for this, I think having the project is important. So we're going to try to do this, and hopefully this doesn't take too long. So this is going to be the base scene. We're going to save this, base. Then we're going to derive a scene from it. And we're going to call this derived. Done, good. Then we're going to add a label here. And then in the derived class, we're going to set it to visible false. Then in the base class, we're going to add a canvas group, make it the scene root. And then that's it. That's all it should have taken. Now we just hit play. No, wait, we hit play on the other thing. We hit play on this. That did not work. There's some other piece of the puzzle here. I need to look at what this scene is. Show in file manager. We need the label to have visible set to false. It's not. How do we get that to happen? Does that work? There, visible false. Okay. Then we need to change it again, I guess. So we make this the scene root and then save. Does it keep its visible false? It does. But now it's also called base label. Interesting. I wonder if this is the fix that they had for this. So like if I type some contents here, testeroni, do we see that in the derived scene now? Yeah, we do, but we actually see a duplicated label. Now this one is just an empty label. Interesting. I don't know what we do to repro this. Yeah. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I guess delete this one. If I can do this just through the editor and not modify the TSCN file, so it's expected to happen when you change the base after editing. Yeah. Creating extra nodes would make sense. I just don't know if that was the fix for the problem I had, and we were editing on an old version of Godot originally, but I don't think that makes sense. So we have this label. I need to set it to invisible. So now this gets visible equals false. And then I make this the scene root. But that probably deleted it. No, it's still there. Yeah, now I just try running this. No, it's still not happening. Oh, there's gotta be a way to do this. How did we do it in the project that was broken? This had visible true. I mean, maybe that matters. Maybe I should have done this the opposite direction. Maybe to have the label as a second child or something weird like that. Yeah, that is definitely possible. Oh, wait, that did it. That did it. It is that it needs to be invisible in the parent and it needs to be visible in the child. And we did it without editing this thing entirely. Oh my God. Okay. We gotta go file this issue now. This is the most convoluted set of steps I've ever done. Oh my God. I just cannot believe the complexity to get to this point, but we figured it out. So now I should be able to repeat that entire thing from scratch. It was make base scene, add label, make label invisible, make derived scene that inherits from the base, make label invisible, and I guess add a canvas group, make label invisible, and then in base, make the canvas group the root, and then run the derived scene. Yeah, I think this is it. I think these are the repro steps. Let's try again from scratch, because we'll always have this project. We're gonna go back to the project list. I'm gonna make a new project. I'm gonna call this vanished node repro 2. No version control. Okay, we're gonna just try to do those exact steps. That should be it. That should cause this warning. And maybe they just say, yeah, this is known or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so make a base scene. So we're just going to save this. Actually, we could add the label in too. Add a label and add in a canvas group. And then make the label invisible and save this as base. Now make a derived scene from that. Derived, and make the label visible. This was supposed to say visible. Now save that as derived. Now in the base, make the canvas group the root. Save and run this scene. That did not happen. Okay, so there's some step I'm missing. Yeah, this doesn't have the label thing on there. Oh, wait. Wait, no, yeah. What's going on here? I need this to be visible. Yeah, now it's visible. And then I make this the root. And then I run this. It's deleting the visibility thing? No, it's not deleting the visibility thing. Why isn't this causing a problem right now? Oh, wait, there it is. No label is modified from inside an instance, but it's vanished. Maybe this only happens when you focus. I'm confused. I definitely got this to work. And we got it to reliably repro every single time, right? I just don't know how we did it. No, it's not reliably reproing. I think it's fixing itself somehow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe you need to run it first and then change this. Yeah, that causes it to happen. But it only, and then I guess it can happen as many times as you want. Yeah. But then as soon as you go into this scene, it fixes itself. Yeah, it makes it invisible again. So then shouldn't that be happening if I go into Guildmaster? I'm in Guildmaster though. Oh, it did happen. Oh, and then maybe it stops, and maybe I never realized that. And maybe that's why it doesn't ever happen again. But then it didn't modify the Guildmaster scene. Maybe it didn't need to. Is visible true? There's a miss here. Base class, you have the exported property set in editor to the root node, then inheritance set again to root. Actually setting it twice. First one getting disposed by the garbage collector. I see, Mario. Yeah. I guess it's freeing the node when it was set through the editor. I'm still not sure why it's not getting fixed here, but it is getting fixed in the other project. I want to file a bug. Maybe it's getting fixed because we don't modify anything else on this label. Like maybe I need to make this visible and also give it some like different text, Testroni 2. Now in the derived, doesn't have a new label thing though on it. Oh, this is the wrong repro, that's why. Here it is. Yeah. So now we go back to this and I set this to the root and then hit run. Yeah, that definitely happens. But now going back to this, does it get fixed? It does get fixed. Why doesn't it get fixed for my project? Maybe I have to reopen the scene? Did that do it? No. Maybe I have to run from Godot? I don't think that's it either. Did it change anything? It did. It is running it from Godot. Oh my God. This changes everything. Okay, so I think we've almost pieced it all together. Wow. So because I never run it from Godot, that's why it didn't just auto fix itself? Oh my God. All right, where'd my repro steps go? Here, run the drive scene. Note, running this from Godot causes the scene to get fixed. I never ran it from Godot. Oh my goodness. Hey, Shoe Strikers. I haven't actually solved a problem. I've only found a problem. Well, maybe I've kind of worked around it a little bit. But this is... It's just... This has consumed probably something like 9 hours at this point, and I think we're almost through it. And I just want to do my due diligence and file this issue. And I just need to figure out the final bit of this. And I think we have. Or at least I think we mostly have. What we need to do is delete this, save, run. This is going to run just fine. Nothing's wrong. Now we go into here and we set this to visible. Now, if we were to run this, does that already happen on its own? No, it doesn't. No problem there. But it's once we change this. All right, so I want to capture this project before we do that. Submit to GitHub. We're going to take, what is it called? Vanishing Node Repro? Yeah. Put this here. Make sure that's the right folder. Vanished Node Repro. Yes, Vanished Node Repro. Yeah, so now what we do, I'm gonna write this down so don't forget, from the folder that I'm going to upload, we're going to make the canvas group the root in base, then run the project. Okay, so just make this the root and then run, and then it should happen. Yes, good. That's it. That's what we're doing. We did it. Now we got to submit this. We just had to delete the .godot folder. Wow, what a crazy set of steps. I don't know. Yeah. Whoops. Wow, that could have been really, really bad. Let me not press a bunch of keys on my keyboard. It's the second thing I did that was almost really, really bad today. Oh, I am, ooh, I can't believe it. I hope these end up helping people. All right, new issue. Hey, Kappa. Bug report. Okay, so what even is this? Vanished node. What's the error? I gotta close out of some of these things. Gotta close out of this. Here's the error. Hey, 3D extended. Okay, so node was modified from an instance, but it has vanished. Reproducible in this version. System information should be 14.6.1. Yep. Well, I don't think that matters. So issue description. What do we write? What do we write? We should probably make this more descriptive. Yeah. Vanished node when using inherited scenes. Modifying a node when using inherited scenes causes it to vanish. Something like that. Causes warning about vanishing. Yeah, that's probably best. Okay, so when you have an inherited scene, I want to say this. When you have an inherited scene and a node in a so when you have a base scene and a derived scene, and the derived scene changes properties of an inherited node. I've never liked this style of filing issues. I like just having one text block where I can just write everything in a way that makes sense, but they have an issue description section. You know what? I don't need to do it this way, right? I could just write down the way that I think this should work and then just edit the bug afterward. Yeah. Okay, so from, I don't know why I'm getting like tongue-tied here. So download the minimal repro. Then I wrote down the steps here. Yeah, make the canvas group the root and the base. Open base.tscn. Yep. Right click the canvas group and make it the scene root, and then run the project. It will output this warning. Okay. I don't even know what I would expect to have happen here. I don't actually know what I would expect in this case. Well, are those back quotes? Yeah, the back quotes are so that you can make a code block in Markdown. Well, backticks, I guess. So running the project through Godot causes Godot to fix the underlying TSCN file, which is part of why this bug was so insidious. Well, part of why this issue was so insidious for me in particular. I only ever run from VS Code, and it doesn't fix the TSCN file when you do that. Well, maybe we just write a little footnote here. By fix, I mean it will, what does it even do? What does it do? Close this. I want to undo this part. Yeah, so if I just run this right now, nothing's wrong. I make this the scene root. And before I do anything, we now open up the derived scene. And this is what we see. And then if I run it, we're going to see something different. We don't see anything different. Why doesn't it cause a problem the second time then? What? No, it does cause a problem the second time. Oh, you need to open up the scene and then it gets fixed? No, you need to open up the scene and then run while that scene is open. So if I still ran from over here, the warning would happen. No, it doesn't happen. So it did somehow fix this. Yeah. So remove the customization to label these lines from derived.tscn. Oh, this is nuts. It doesn't cause us to fix this though. What's unusual is that Godot won't actually, it'll actually fix the underlying TSCN file, but only if you open derived.tscn in Godot first. Otherwise, the error or the warning will print every time you run. This is part of why this issue was so insidious for me in particular. I only ever run from VS Code. It doesn't fix the TSCN file when you do that. Yep, by fix, I mean it'll do this. Okay, cool. Let's put the minimal repro here. And then what do they want here? What doesn't work and how do you expect it to work instead? I don't know what I would expect to have happen here. Inherited scenes have some quirks to them. It's not even quirks. I don't want to sound like I'm being rude here. I truly don't know what should happen here. I just don't expect the behavior to change based on how I run the code. I know for sure that I didn't expect the scene file. Well, I guess I'll just say here are some expectations I have around this behavior. The warning would tell me more information about why this is happening and how to fix it. Godot, I wouldn't need to open the scene file in Godot for it to be changed. If the file is going to be changed, I think I'd want to be aware of what's changing. Val's trying to derail this train. Oh, it's going to be changed. Note, I don't know exactly whether I would expect the file to be changed or unchanged. It's hard to know what should happen here. Anyone else in chat use the same keyboard that I have? I know Rami has a very similar one. His has an extra 6 keys. Some other people use split keyboards. Generally on Discord in the keyboard channel, people have talked about it if they use one of these. Okay, so I think I want to submit this. I can't until I've filled out something here. And then I think I'm just going to delete that section. Will delete this section after filing, since I put it all into all info below. Actually, not even that. I'll just say like see the steps below for the info that I would have included here. I still can't submit this? What's going on? What am I missing? Why is this button not lit up? Oh, whoop, it's just dark, I guess. It is enabled. All right, now I'm going to modify this slightly. There. What else? Is that just a keychain with a mechanical switch? Okay, gotcha. Skeletal is your first project and you have a different DC for that? Oh, is your project, you have a different DC for that. What does DC mean in this case? I don't think I've seen that, except to mean disconnect. You just spend an hour making a repro for them? Yes. No idea what to get though. Oh, Discord. Oh, yeah. I do have a different Discord. Yeah, the reason being that I wasn't sure if people wanted to be spammed about Skeleseller in my main Discord. Phil here, as far as what keyboard to get, so something you might want to consider is that if you have more keys than you need, you can just not use the extras. But if you have too few, you need a brand new keyboard to get extra keys. I mean, this is pretty obvious, right? You don't just add keys to a keyboard. So you might want to steer more for something with more keys. As an example, I think this is a pretty safe bet because I don't like how many thumb keys there are here. Or I guess these aren't really thumb keys, but this has an extra column here and an extra row here. So if you don't want to enter another layer to type numbers, or you just like having extra keys, then this could be nice. And if you just choose not to use them, just pop all of these off and eventually just buy a different keyboard if you want a smaller, what's it called? Footprint on your desk. But yeah, as opposed to my keyboard, which I mean, you can obviously see in the keyboard camera, but mine has 36 keys. So you need layers for everything. Like in order, by the way, in order to type numbers, if you were to just give me any number, like if I were to type out what this, let's say, these numbers, just to give you something random here, 117-888-444-027-508-3265. I did that entirely with my right hand. I did it very quickly. There was hardly any finger movement. I think it's nice to do that, but some people don't like that. Or sometimes you're like, I just want to type a number with one hand, and it's very hard to type numbers with just my left hand, for example, because I would have to hold this key and then type over here. Now, I did actually add numbers in a different spot on my keyboard for that specific scenario, but it's something you have to customize. Okay, I have filed the issues. Now we need to work around the issues. Oh my God, I feel like I just went through a battle. I just spent hours and hours fighting Godot, fighting the code. And I think I emerged triumphant and that we at least have an issue we can point to. Hey, LSRP. Yeah, well, let's now just include a link to this somewhere. And maybe write this over here. Very careful about changing a base scene when you already have other scenes inheriting from it. Sometimes it's not to make it. Excuse me. That one change ended up duplicating this. In my case, I need to clean up the nodes. In other cases, like in this issue I filed, Godot may silently change a scene file if you've made changes. Well, Godot may produce a warning about, where's the warning? Why is this pasting with, oh, because of GitHub? Yeah. All right, what's the workaround for this? Just open it up, yeah. It's only about fighting with the engine. You know, I will say this. It's nice that if, let's say this were mission critical and I'm like, we can't have this bug, I could just go into Godot and fix it myself. I don't know enough to do that, so I would need to probably spend a few weeks learning and poking around, but we could do it. You're the cheater in that jump game. LSRP, thanks for the resub. Welcome back. This would have been a welcome baby 2 command way back in the day. All right, let's try to reclaim some sanity here. Man. All right, so we revert everything, and then we stash pop, and then we work through the issues that we had. It's so hard to describe my emotional state right now. I'm excited. I'm a little bit proud. I am a little bit frustrated. I feel like I accomplished something, but I didn't really. I mean, I guess I did. Okay, so where did we leave off here? We can close out of this completely. Summarize why Adam is acting like his baby was born. The short story is I just worked through 2 really tough issues in Godot, and now I think we're about to work around them. So I will link them in chat if you're curious about more details, although it might not make sense to you if you aren't familiar with Godot. But sometimes you can just appreciate that someone spent a lot of time doing something. Yeah. Okay, where's the Guildmaster scene? Here it is. Does this have the changes? It got rid of new quest indicator. So this should just not be problematic, right? We should just be able to run this. Downvote the issue. All you can do is put a thumbs down, which doesn't actually impact visibility. Also, please don't manipulate the issue in any way. I'm not saying this to Thels. I'm sure Thels knows that, but I think every once in a while people just kind of jump on board with something. All right, so now all we have is a UID issue. And can we highlight NPCs? Yes, we can. Wow. By the way, this is the entirety of that 9 hours of work was to get this behavior. And look at how great that behavior is. Now, I don't know, and I'm curious about this. Do you see how this happens where I can move the mouse here and it's highlighting the NPC? You can actually click here. So as a player, what would you expect? That it only highlights when you're in this exact area? I think that's what I would expect, but you could still click over here. But I think that's a polished thing that I probably shouldn't even worry about. Yeah. Plus, how often are you really going to care? I guess it's only if you're really zoomed in and you got the mouse here and you're like, why is that activating the NPC? Yeah, thanks, LSRP. There have been a lot of changes. Oh my God. I already think today is a win. So we can check all this in now, right? And well, we can't check in yet. I need to make comments about why I did things this way. But otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. I wonder if it's worth, we can delete this. I wonder if it's worth trying to put in that whole node outline thing. I don't think so. I don't think it would matter. Haven't made a Skeletor themed yet. Well, for what it's worth, we probably should be the ones to make that coin so that you have less work to do. But we don't have a coin graphic in the game. And even when we do, I assume it would just look like a gold coin with an S on it. Or maybe a skull on it. Actually, that'd be kind of cool, right? In fact, I guess if you just search like pirate coin, those probably exist. Yeah. Yeah, something like this would look pretty cool. Well, this is like a spooky skull. I think a cartoonish skull would look pretty cool. Coin with cartoon skull on it. Yeah, something like that. Not so sad looking though. This. Perfect. At least you deserve a pat on the shoulder. Thank you. Think people would be miffed at clicking the NPC that wrong, that far away, zoomed in. Could be worth it to do it like Homeworld and have the hitbox scaling based on camera distance. I think that would be a good idea. I think that's probably a polished thing we should write for the future. Yeah. Polish. We should probably change an NPC's clickable area based on the camera zoom. That way you're not super zoomed in and can still click like 40 pixels away. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Maybe we should only show the outline, the shader outline on the NPC when the mouse is exactly over the NPC, even if we still allow clicking slightly outside of that boundary. Are we replicating the G in money? Oh, replacing, sorry, the G in money with a coin? I don't know. But I'm going to consider that later anyway. I think we should probably consider changing the word money to gold everywhere. But if we replace it with a coin with a skull, I guess you could still call it gold, but you might want to call it something like Skelecoin. Is there a better pun? I'm trying to come up with something off the top of my head. Bone coin. So bad. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a better name for it, but probably we would do something like that. Scullency. Bone coin. It's so stupid. It's not even clever. Make it gold teeth. I love bone coin. I think if it makes me laugh, it's at least worth considering. But I think then, I don't know. Yeah. Oh no, wait. My original suggestion? Crypto? Oh yeah, yeah. It's not bad. I I don't want to surface something called crypto in the game because the other thing is, let's say a streamer is playing it and they're like, "Oh yeah, I need 5 more crypto or whatever." People might be like, "Is this a Web3 game?" Bytecoin in the form of gold teeth. You mean like how prospectors would validate that it's actually gold? Bone us bucks. All right, I regret now. I regret now engaging Thales on this topic, as it usually happens. All right, so we need a comment for why we're setting this through here. Yeah, and I guess the same thing with it. Why is the outline holder not a problem? Because it doesn't have a ready command? No, it's, I see. What about outline parent? This is set here. We need to not have a ready function for this. In fact, maybe I should write a ready function and then write a comment for why we can't just do anything inside of that. I don't know what's clear here, but I assume we would see that over anything else. So let's do that. Yeah. Femur funds. Okay, that one's pretty good. We intentionally do not assume that any children have been added yet due to this issue. This comment exists to remind you to use setters instead so that a code-only solution will work. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put this exact same comment over here. There. Now we can delete this. And then make sure the rest of the code looks good. I'm glad at least we can still use the same classes. Oh, I was supposed to do something, right? Try my solution. If that works, modify the issue. Yeah. I should add a comment here. Note to anyone experiencing this. Oh my God. I can't type the word experience. Experiencing this. You can work around this by setting node with reference through code instead of through the editor. This isn't ideal as it means that you can't just start using the nodes from ready, but at least it's a somewhat minimal change as opposed to redoing your entire scene inheritance hierarchy. Take care, Shoe Strikers. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, man. I'm still riding that high of having figured out a bug. This is, I think, why people who are professional hackers are professional hackers. It's very thrilling to find exploits in other people's code. And granted, this wasn't an exploit, but it's still figuring out how someone else's code works and finding out how to accomplish a goal, which in this case was just move myself forward. Okay, so we did this. This is done. This is what we're working on. And everything else seems fine here. Yeah, I guess so. All right, let's try running it. Oh, wait a sec. What did we have to do? We have to have the scene open. Maybe that's how UIDs get fixed. I never thought about this. But I think we're about to see a bunch of warnings about UIDs, and I think we have to open up the scene in Godot and then run with those scenes open, and that's how they get fixed. Just Town Perks has the problem. Yeah, so here's what I think we have to do. We open up... Oh, I do not have Town Perks open, so if I run this again, it should give me the same error, right? Or warning, I mean. Yes, same warning. Now I'm going to open up Town Perks, and it'll still give us the same warning, I'm pretty sure. But if I run it through Godot, I think it fixes the warning. And I never realized that until just now. Yeah, and now we click this run button. And now presumably it's going to fix that. Right? Yeah, it did. Wow, I did not know that until just now. I've been struggling with this issue and I'm like, why does it only fix it sometimes? Oh, I can't believe this. I got to write this down. Learning so much today. UIDs are pointing at the wrong thing. This is a known issue in Godot. I do learn live. Hey, Kira. All right, give me a second. I gotta just go find out where this issue actually is because Kevin linked it. I'll just need to search for UID, I guess. Yeah, here's the issue. Give me a sec. Okay, cool. There's a known issue in Godot. Put a reference. Hopefully that's the right thing. 7195. Yep. But it wasn't obvious to me until using Godot for nearly 5 years. That's not actually true. I did start using it in 2020, but I didn't really use it for that entire time. I'll just say for a very long time. How to automatically fix it. Simply open the scene with the warning and then run from Godot. Opening the scene alone or running from VS Code will not fix it. Yeah, I did create a course for Godot. And that was back in 2020. Wow, I'm just blown away by all of this stuff. So we should really check that in as fixed the UIDs and then go do this other stuff after. Yeah, so that can be checked in. That can be checked in. I could have sworn I made this change already, though. Let's go to Town Perks and just look at the history of that file. Must have been in here. No. Maybe I didn't. All right, I don't know. Hey, Shane. Does running through Godot without opening the scene fix it or not? I might have. Yeah, it might have. I guess we could revert this and try it. Let's do that and that. And now if I revert Town Perks and I run from here, we should see the warning. Yeah, warning. Yeah, warning. And now when I run from here, did it delete the warning? Town Perks invalid UID. I run again. I think it's still there. Yeah, I think you need to open it. How strange. But clicking this does open it, I think. No, it doesn't. Okay, well, whatever. Town Perks. So we just open this, run, and that fixes it. It does print out the first time, I'm pretty sure. No, it doesn't. All right, it's just fixed it. Cool. Yeah. Opening the scene alone. running from VS Code or running from Godot without the scene open will not fix it. Is that a permanent fix or always have to have the scene open? Well, so permanent fix, I think the reason this is happening is because I'm working with other people who have different UIDs in their UID cache. So I think the real problem is like person A submits code and then person B like stomps on their UIDs. So now person A needs to open the scene in Godot and run the project. And then that'll fix it until person B touches it. At least that's my understanding of this stuff. So there's some issue open, and I'll link this to you if you're curious about it, because I haven't fully read through this myself, I think. But yeah, add project setting to disable UIDs and UID caching. There's a whole bunch of conversation on this, and I don't know where it is right now, but yeah. Okay, what else? Any UID changes? I want to just get the UID changes. That is not one of them. This is not one of them. This isn't one. I'm going to assume all those are fine. This is one. And this is one. Yeah. Fix UIDs. Yeah. Now we check this in. This should all be good now. I still can't believe this. God, I can't tell you how often I run into this problem where you encounter an issue, you realize it's bigger than you thought, you investigate fruitlessly, you start panicking, and then maybe like a week passes and you solve your issue or move on somehow. And then some amount of time passes and you repeat the cycle. It's every single time it rattles me because I'm like 3 days into an investigation sometimes, and I just think, what if this is it? What if there's no solution? But there's always a solution. Maybe not the best case scenario, but it's software, it can all be changed. Could try that. Ideally, they should make it stable. Yeah, I'd love for it to be stable. I'm also not super bothered by it. Like every once in a while we make a commit fixing UIDs, and now that I know how to fix it, I think it's a little bit better. Also solve while you're trying to sleep. Well, and that's a really, really big learning from all of this, which is time away can actually sort of be time toward the issue. You can't just thrash against an issue for like 12 hours straight. I think just taking some breaks, giving your brain some space, I think that's very helpful. And it's hard too, because a lot of the time I'm, 4 hours in and I think, oh, I've got 2 more hours. Why not just keep looking at it? But it's rarely the best case scenario. Can you assign persistent non-generated UIDs? I don't think so, but I don't fully know why. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Maybe when you move a resource around or something, it might need to change that UID and then they can't persist. I'm not sure. Sleep on it actually works. Yeah, it does a lot of the time. And I think it's hard to know when you're at that point. Because if you spend 1 minute on an issue, you're not at the point where it's like, okay, got to take a break. But if you spend 10 hours, you probably do need to take a break. So where does it happen that you start sort of lagging? Oh, what we didn't try is the town hall. I did not make sure that that still works. So we need to go check that. And if it does, then I think we're fine. Even the add-ons break the UIDs. Yeah, I don't think we use any add-ons at least, but could be an issue for other people. I had a work idea last night as I went to sleep. Thank goodness I remember this morning. Yeah, I generally can retain one piece of information from before I fall asleep, like right before I fall asleep to when I wake up. And I'm glad that that works, but eventually that mechanism is probably going to break in my brain and I won't be able to remember. Then I'll probably have to take notes. Oh, it looks like it's working. All I wanted to do is make sure that the highlight is good, and it is good. Oh my God. Also, this is just such a fantastic quality of life change to know that something is clickable by hovering over it. I wonder if other people, when they're making games, get to the point in their game where they're like, I don't want to make another game after this. Because I keep thinking that, and I know I'm going to get bitten by the game dev bug again, and there are other games I want to make in my life. But right now I'm like, I don't want to do this work on every single project from here on out. Okay, so add outline to NPCs. This took a ton of hours because I discovered and filed 2 bugs in the process. One of them is referenced in the code since we need to work around it. If we didn't have to work around it, I think this would be slightly more elegant, but it's not really a problem. Why does it say updating scene? Okay, what just happened? And then it crashed? I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that at all. It crashed Godot, not even the game. Did it change something? I opened up NPC. Okay, let's stage all of this so that we'll know what changes. I'm at like 4 months, no game dev. I needed a break. Oh yeah, I'm not saying can you get burned out by your day job and then what's happening right now? Why isn't Godot opening? Did I not actually try launching it? Pretty sure I did. Huh. Yeah, I know you can get burned out by just doing too much of something, but what I'm asking is more like this process of game dev isn't just like work on feature 1, work on feature whatever, work on feature the last feature and then release. It's more like pepper in a lot of struggle in here. And what I'm saying is during one of these struggles, it's easy to be like, I don't want to struggle like this in the future. I'm not going to work on games anymore. And I wonder if that hits everybody or if that's just like a, well, I'm in the middle of it kind of thing. Use voice recorder app opened. Very funny. Just in case they have a gold nugget of a thought. Isn't it like that with most projects, not only game dev? Probably, actually. Yeah. Did this change anything? No, doesn't look like it. Cool, we did it. Wow. Well, that's done and that's done. Now, is this issue, does it have like 10 more comments because it's probably affecting everyone? Yeah, it's already closed. I found the issue with the most comments and proposed a resolution here. You can read how to resolve it, etc. I'm going to close this since it's a duplicate issue. Wow, look at that scroll bar. Is this fixed? Proposed PR fix here. I guess this is closed. What? But it doesn't have this issue marked fixed. 4 minutes ago, let this be done in 7772. Oh, it's just running through the checks. Then it should be fixed. Okay. Oh, and I don't feel bad now, just to be clear. I was talking about this the other day when I was talking about modern games, and just think of what expectations are from gamers. And it's a bunch of stuff, and it's reasonable. It's like you might expect some sort of, I don't know, like autosave feature. You'd expect a polished UI. You'd expect a tutorial. You'd expect leaderboards or something like that. You'd expect whatever, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just saying that it's not just make a mini game, release it, and it might do well. It's like make a game around that mini game, which includes all of the expectations of players. And that process is just more laborious than it used to be. I like the general process. I just get kind of caught up on hey, I've written an autosave system for one game. Now I've got to go write it for every game I ever make. It's like, yeah, you pretty much do. There's just kind of no way around that. All right, I should take another break, and then we can work for another hour or so, I think, and then probably take lunch. Well, an issue. If that works, we can just do it for now. Yeah, so that's done. This is what we'll do when we get back. Okay, is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey, everybody. Okay, close the game. Good job. So fade battle nudge should probably not exist. This is not worth it. I'm just fade battle nudge should probably use fade functions if possible. Also, perhaps we should just add fade battle nudge to Guildmaster via code and not via the scene tree. But I guess it doesn't matter much since the issues I filed on scene inheritance don't have much to do with it. Great. Post canyon balancing is off. Yeah, let's just tackle some of this stuff. because there is quite a lot to do here. So one of them was inspiration is bad at low levels. I don't know if this is worth doing anything about. I wonder how players feel about this. I guess it's bad if you like a certain choice, but it's a bad choice. So for example, imagine a game with no resistances to elements. And at level 1, you can pick Fireball, 40 to 50 damage, and Ice Bolt, 1 damage. You'd be like, okay, well, the obvious choice here is Fireball, right? And that's true, it is. But maybe you just like the concept of ice spells and you're okay with doing like 2.5% of the damage of somebody else. I guess as long as you're clear there's a trade-off there, then it's good. But in this case, it's like there aren't resistances, so Fireball is just as good as Ice Bolt is on enemies, right? Unless the cast time is like 40 times faster on this or something. But that's kind of what we have over here. There are 2 skills you can get. There's Storm Intensity, which makes you shoot more lightning bolts. And then there's this, which gives you a chance to proc an ability. This works out to lower DPS than this one does. And since all you care about really is DPS, then there's no real difference between these. I guess there kind of is once you get empowered spellcasting, but at least not at level 1 there isn't. So it makes me wonder if we should change the power of these or maybe move some of these things around. Man, burn has got to be terrible, right? Yeah. All right, take care, Strawn. I don't think I'm going to do anything about this for right now. Queue battle configuration, just take in adventurer loadouts and not adventurers. That way the parameters are slightly clearer. This is a refactoring thing we can do later. Maybe choose between zaps and burn. Yeah, I wonder if burn needs to be retooled as well. Picking the same DPS, but you can flavor. Yeah, or just why they give you choices that just synergize differently. That's all. Like it could be that your choice at level 1 could be like faster cast speed or more damage. And then later on down the tree, there could be something like more chance to crit. And it's like, oh, well, with your faster cast speed, that synergizes pretty well with more chance to crit, but also so does more damage. And maybe you have whatever, a higher proc chance on something else, and then faster cast speed is good, or maybe you're going for like a glass cannon build or something. So that's another way of doing this. And inspiration probably does eventually matter, but yeah, I wonder if just changing it with burn is a good idea, like Kevin said. I want to go test that though, and we have the perfect means of testing it because we wrote a battle simulator. So we just said, is simulating to true? And then go pick our 2 builds that we have. So where's the dungeon thing? Here it is. So we have a mage with, what's it called? Storm Intensity. Let me make sure that's actually the name of the game, the name of the skill. Storm Intensity, yeah. Storm Intensity, and then another mage with burn. Which one does more damage? Let's find out. Yay, simulator. All right, this is pretty cool actually, because we'll be able to compare the DPS. So we just have to wait for this thing to load. There we go. Okay, so the one with Storm Intensity has an average DPS of about 22. The other one has an average DPS of 20. We could just make burn more powerful. But this might not actually be a problem. Because what's really happening here is a little bit more of a story than what this stat is telling us. Fireball shoots once every 3 seconds, and burn lasts for 4 seconds. So what's going to happen is, at time 3, we shoot a fireball. Shortly thereafter, maybe like 3.4, the fireball reaches the target and burns them. And then at 7.4, the burn ends. Then we shoot another fireball at time 6. shoot another fireball. Then it may be 6.4, the fireball reaches. And at 10.4, the burn would end. However, what we're seeing is that the battles on average only last for 10 seconds. Battles only last for 10 seconds. And by the way, another fireball gets shot, just like these things, with this +3. Well, we'd have to, I guess, do something like this. There. So this one is doing basically no burn damage, which means it probably is not poor balance. May change in a different instance. I think burn would always probably be slightly worse, but let's try it. Can we enable invincibility here? How do we do that? Invincibility. We should make this a function that the battle simulator can call. I guess the way we could do it until we have proper invincibility is just give them a bunch of fortitude, right? Or just a bunch of life. But yeah, let's set their fortitude to 500. Now they shouldn't be able to die. And now let's put them in a higher level instance, the jungle. Let's see what that does. I suspect that storm intensity is still going to be better. But it doesn't matter because the gap in DPS is probably low enough where I don't really care. So let's let that run and see what happens. Wait, we died. What? We shouldn't be able to die? Oh, maybe it's the first one I meant to modify. Yeah, it's probably the first one, not the second one. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But we're just going to set them both to 500. Or maybe that doesn't let you mitigate all damage. No, it apparently doesn't. All right, fine. Let's just make their life super large. We'll say life per level equals 9999999. There. I hope that doesn't break because there's only one element in the array now. But it all depends on what I coded for that. And I coded the wrong thing, so fine. We do need a bunch of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are levels 0 indexed? I think they are. I don't remember. I'm not looking to change that system right now, though. I know you're not suggesting it. I'm just saying I'm not even going to look into it. I'm just going to get this thing to work. Why can't I go to VS Code? Ah, now the battle's just taking forever, huh? Yep. But we are winning, so cool. There is a specific function, but it probably doesn't work that way for levels because levels, it wouldn't make sense for us to have made a level thing like 1, 2, 3 and have 7 different levels because it means that the last one would always use the same value, which would be bad. All right, let's look at the DPS. DPS is actually almost identical, 26.2 and 26.6. So yeah, I guess these are kind of balanced. Okay, so now I wanna record those numbers. 26.6 with Storm, 26.2 with Burn, and I want to make them be level 3 and have 2 points in each of these. And now I suspect the Storm one is going to be slightly better because it does not scale linearly. Also, then there's gonna, I don't know. Yeah, the Storm one's probably just better overall. I think Burn needs to do something more. Is Burn ever worthwhile? There's a 33 DPS versus, just waiting for the other battles to finish. Versus, yeah, 30.5. And like I said, I think this is going to further go to, hang on a second. It's not important that they match. It's not important that they match, but I think Burn should still be worthwhile to get at some point. And I don't think it is because nothing else modifies Fireball. So Burn is just strictly worse than Echo Strike, I think. Yeah. I wonder if we'll need to add another skill to every class. Or we should just change Fireball. Maybe the way we would do this is we could say like while enemies are burning, they take more damage. That could be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, because then it's not a clear one-to-one thing. I think we're gonna need to do that. Wait, why does it say my character is ranked 7? That's strange. Did I click that? Why did that happen? I have level up adventurers here set to 3. Is that why we weren't getting 500 fortitude? That might be why. Looking to balance all skills, just each has its own flavor. I just don't want there to be some like unwanted skills by everybody. That's all. They don't need to be perfectly balanced, but they can't be to the point where, yeah, they're all level 7. Huh, this is a bug. All right, so burn should probably make it so that targets take more damage. Otherwise, it's just not desirable over echo strikes. And the battle simulator is setting everyone to max level for some reason. All right, why is that? Set level. Oh, it's called level of adventures. Level is set to is the minimum of the level passed in, which is 3, and the maximum, which is 7. So it's going to be 3. So we go through each of these. Levels needed equals a level 3 minus their current level, 1. So 2. So level them up twice. And then we're done. Why is that not working? Maybe we call grant most things. If we do, that's the problem for sure. Oh, wow. What? That shouldn't be there. That's my bad. That should have never been checked in. That was a bug from a previous commit. I didn't even realize I was there. When did I do that? It might not even be on GitHub. Is this working? Grant most things. Oops. I have move enchanter slightly to the right. And then I accidentally left this function call in. Yeah, whoops. I just missed it, I guess. Well, did not mean to do that. Remove accidental call to grant most things. Yeah, it's just that one thing. Okay, so then everyone should be level 3 now and not level 7. At least the battle simulator's not broken. It's just my memory that's broken. All right, they're all level 3. Good. Good. Yeah, so I kind of want to change burn. How do we even test this, though? I guess I want a character that's got... Okay, let's start at the beginning. My hypothesis is people won't want to get burned at max level. Or when they're at max level. If anything, they'd want the storm skills instead. It's not the only thing. You know what else we could do, though? We could say that burn also gets a chance to proc mental swiftness. That could be interesting. Yeah, that could be very interesting. That could be too powerful because then your fireball could cast it and burn could cast it. So you're just spewing spells out. All right, I want to write that down. So burn should be improved slightly so that there's actual synergy and not just more damage. Otherwise, it's not desirable over Echo Strikes. Maybe give it a chance to use Mental Swiftness. Maybe make enemies, burning enemies, take less or take more damage. Okay, so this problem's fixed. These are like actual balance changes to make. I don't know what we want to do here yet. Actual balance changes to make. Deal 1 more damage with each tick, but it's the same thing. It's just more damage. So there's no real synergy. So if you end up doing more damage with another skill, you would just never pick this. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to change it. Also, just doing more damage could be fine. I guess technically that's all Storm Intensity is doing, and that's all Echo Strike is doing, but both of these synergize with each other. Burn doesn't synergize with anything else. Yeah, it has no synergy whatsoever in the rest of the tree. I think that's what the problem is. We got to set the frame rate lower. How do we do that? Local settings, FPS. Set FPS limit. Here it is. I just make burn increase the damage dealt by fireball. But like I said, it's not synergizing with anything. Fireball is burn. So if you make burn do more damage, or make damage go up per tick, or make fireball do more damage, it's all the same thing. It's all just saying you do more damage, but just with the one skill. It's got to do something with other party members or other skills, or it's got to not exist, I guess. Because like I said, I just don't think it'd be desirable over these. It's not like we have resistances in the game. If resistances did exist, then burn could have a reason to just do more damage, I think. If you want to limit the FPS, disable VSync too. Otherwise, I'm not sure it'll do anything. Oh yeah, good call. Okay, let's do that. Battle Simulator. Local settings dot set FPS limit to maybe 5 FPS. And don't save it. And then set VSync enabled to false and don't save it. And let's do it in that order. Okay, so this should make it hopefully go a little bit faster when we run battles. Let's try this out. All right, yeah, it's definitely running at 5 FPS. That part is obvious. But is it also running a battle here? I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not running a battle. Okay, so this is just going to let us simulate battles faster. It's just always going to feel choppy, which is fine. Maybe we set it to like 10 FPS as a result of that. So it's at least viewable. Yeah, 10 or even 15. But then if we turn off the battle simulator, this should have never been saved. In fact, we don't even need to look at that. We could just do it this way. Load up local settings, FPS limit set to 170. Yeah, I think we're fine. Cool. This is a really, really good change to have, just to make sure these go a little bit faster. Limit FPS during battle simulations. This should make the battles get simulated slightly faster, I hope. I'm not going to test this. It doesn't matter. We're not ever looking for a smooth frame rate during the battle simulation. And if you are, you could always just change the setting afterward. All right, so that's done. Allow for leveling up adventurers and training specific skills. Need to increase the max rank if we do this. Need to be able to test 2 different ability configurations side by side. Yep, we did that. Test characters in the dungeon. I did that, but I don't remember where we ended, but it's probably fine. Consider raising the rogue's power level by 1, or at level 1, so that the first battles go faster. Yeah, how long do they take? That is a good question. Let's go find out. So we're not going to level up adventurers at all. We're going to go to the forest. This is going to have the mage, and this is going to have the rogue. And you don't have any skills at that point, so just delete this stuff. And when last I tried this, I'm pretty sure the mage was at 12 seconds and the rogue was at 15. And it's not a problem per se, but I think the rogue should probably be slightly faster. Because I don't want you having to spend an extra 3 seconds per battle just because you chose the rogue. So how long do these take? Well, they break because it says no key was present in the dictionary. Do we have to specify this? No, it can be null. All right. The mage is taking about 13.7 seconds, and the rogue is taking 16.4. Did the rogue get slower? Oh, also I got to revert all adventurer data. This definitely can't stay there, but that's not affecting the power of anything. Why does it seem like they got slower? Maybe I'm misremembering? Because there's no randomness with the rogue. In fact, this should be the number we get pretty much every time, right? If I just copy all of this stuff. There. All right. What do we have? Okay, so the mage had taken 13.7 seconds, and now it's at 13.2. That's fine. There is some randomness for the mage. But yeah, the rogue is at almost exactly the same speed. So yeah, I think if we just increase their power by like 1 or 2, it might change that a bit. The other thing we could do, rather than increase the power, is we could change the power scaling of Quick Strike. But I think changing the power is a better thing because that's user facing. So the user will actually know that the rogue is more powerful than the mage. So we just change power per level. Just find all the commas and add 1. And now the mage does not have that. Yeah. All right, how does that change things? I don't think that'll even have an effect because all that's going to do is add what, 0.2 damage per hit. And there are hits every 2.5 hits per second. And it was taking 16 seconds. So it's going to add 0.5 per second. So it'll add 8 damage. So does 8 damage make a difference? And the answer is yes, actually. It does. Wow. Well, that's all it took. We just added 1 power, and look at that. Now the rogue is down to taking only 15 seconds, and the mage is 1 second faster, which I'm fine with. Cool. That might have balance implications for the end of the game, where now maybe the rogue is too powerful, but I think adding 1 power when you already had 43 is very minimal compared to adding 1 power when you already had 12. Add 1 power to the rogue at all levels. This actually speeds up how long the forest takes by, what was it exactly? 14.7 as opposed to 16.3, so like 1.6 seconds. I'll just say 1.5 seconds. Another power should make them the same if you want that. That I'm not super concerned with. Also, I don't think anyone's ever really going to compare them side by side. They might not even be able to compare them side by side because this is only a level 1 and training is going to cost like 30 gold and hiring is going to cost like 75. And we might block hiring until you've done the training. But anyway, how many people are going to have them running side by side and realize that, wait a second, they're like, whatever, 0.8 seconds off from each other. Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. Okay, so happy with that. Validate that you haven't specified a skill in adventure skill loadouts that the adventurer doesn't even have. The battle simulator will happily accept it anyway. Yeah, let's do that. That way I just don't make any mistakes as I'm running through this. Battle simulator. We got to find the loadout somewhere. Here it is. So go through each one, set ability levels. This needs to make sure that, whoop, I did not mean to do that. Needs to make sure that they have the ability. The ability is in all adventurer data. Yeah, skill table data. We just got to make sure that it's inside there. Do we have the adventurer class here? Yes, we do. Pair.key, pair.value. Yeah, let's use a tuple for this. Kevin is clapping wildly right now. This will be the loadout. Adventure class and loadout. Actually, let's call it the same thing we called it up here. Why is that a problem? Oh, because of this. Something's still amiss. It's just called values. I guess we could have called it loadout. Okay, good. Predicted it. Predicted it. Something's definitely wrong here. No, I guess not. This is the tabbing it uses? Seems weird to me. But yeah, it is purposely setting it to that, so I guess that's fine. All right, so how do we check this? We need to get the adventurer data. Adventurer data, all adventurer data.get. So we get the one based on the adventurer class, and then using this, we make sure that the skill table data contains any of the ability IDs that we're going to be using. I guess we could do this in this function. Yeah, we have the adventurer component, which is how we'll get their class. Yes, so adventurer class. Oh, we use this up here. Wait. That's not good. No, we don't want this here. We do want this over here. Yeah, this thing is what needs to check it. Okay, how do we do this? Data.skill table data. And skill table data is what? A read-only list of read-only list of abilities. Oh, that's too bad. There's no other way to process this, is there? No, we'd have to make a skill table out of it. Do we even have a way to do that? No, this is a VBox container. All right, that's fine. Whatever. We can collapse them. There might be a link thing to do that. I'd add stopwatch and print how long did the simulation take. Yeah, we could do that. I was going to say we're printing out, I guess, the battle time. But yeah, we could print out the simulation time too. Print how long the simulation takes overall. It's not possible to tell from what's printing right now. Does it have a flat map? I'm not sure. Or like a zip or whatever it would be called. Or flatten. All right, so data.skill table data. We need to make sure that every one of the ones in the loadout exist in there. For each ability in loadout dot select ability IDs. Is there a flatten? Link flatten array or list of lists, yeah. List of lists to single list. Select many. Huh. Skill table, select many. Why does this not exist? Where does select many come from? Shouldn't it be link? Skill table data. Oh, whoops, I see. We got to get the skills by row in there. Skills by row. There we go. So all ability IDs Then we go through each one of these and make sure if all ability IDs contains ability ID. Yep, like this. Then we're gonna do a GD dot, actually just throw an exception. Throw new, it should know what I want to do. Yeah. So let's try this now. And then let's make a function out of that because it's super ugly. So if we try giving the mage a spell that they don't have, let's put this, and this back. And now let's try giving the mage quicker strike. There. It should complain. And then we'll just make a function out of that. What I'm worried about here is we're going to copy paste something in the future and then change a bunch of stuff and be like, wow, that didn't affect the DPS, and not realize that they don't even have that ability. So of course it doesn't affect the DPS. Adventurer Mage does not have quicker strike. Yeah, perfect. Cool. So now it's going to make a function out of that. Private, static, void, ensure adventurer has abilities in loadout. Okay, how do we do that? We get all of this stuff. And now what do we need? We need the adventurer class and the loadout. I guess these two things. Cool. Now we just call that. It's a bit weird. Sinistello, thanks for the resub. Was about to lurk before lunch since I'm late, but got to announce the sub. Thank you, thank you. What's your lunch plan for today? I was in Redbeard's stream yesterday, and I was like, I've been craving chicken biryani for a long time, and I finally got it last night, and it was amazing. He's like, I'm happy for you, but I don't know what chicken biryani is. It's pretty much just chicken with rice, but it's delicious. And for whatever reason, a lot of places are very stingy with putting hard-boiled eggs in here, but the place last night put 3 in. And this pleases my snake essence. Eating oatmeal right now, so I guess only breakfast. What do you put in your oatmeal, though? Because I feel like oatmeal is a canvas, and you're supposed to paint on that canvas. Okay, so now if we put in, let's say, Ice Blast, it should not complain. I am definitely getting hungry. Being a little reptile. Blueberry flavored packet. Oh, I see. Like the Quaker things. Because what I would sometimes do is cinnamon, pecans, and banana. It's pretty good. It's like having a banana muffin in oatmeal form. Yeah, biryani is really good. Like I said, I was craving it. And I feel like if you have a flavor of a dish, craving it is like flavor plus 2. What if we deep fried all of that? No, thank you. Put bananas and peanut butter in them. I've never tried overnight oats. I only tried the ones that you do on the stovetop. And I guess the problem is that they take a while. Do you have to do anything with the overnight oats? Do you microwave them? Or do you just eat them at room temperature or something? You need to try a pizza crunch. Can I search for this? Is this like a well-known thing? Deep fried pizza, also known as a pizza crunch. I don't know if I want to try this. Pizza's already good. Why would I want to deep fry it? No, I don't know. This does not sound appealing to me. But I guess if I'm there, yes, I will try it, I guess. Hey, Sasu. Looks awful. It does look pretty bad, but then again, to be fair, when I search chicken biryani, it's not like any of this looks that great through these images. Actually, I took a picture myself. Where's my picture that I took? Okay, my picture looks slightly better. Here's my picture. Look at those 3 hard-boiled eggs. And this is a family pack, by the way. So I ate like this portion of it. So I've got enough other meals now. I read haggis? I don't think so. Hey, summer friend. Timed rice cooker oatmeal with cut up apples is a game changer. Awake to oats, seize the day. This could be an advertisement. Awake to oats, seize the day. Well, I like it. All right, so this is now done. We've validated that you have a particular skill. Let's go check in just that part. What did we change here? We made this a tuple. That's fine. And then we added in this function. Oh, I did not add in a comment, though. Let's put that in, because I don't think it's going to be clear why you'd even want this. This only exists in case we make copy-paste errors, e.g. giving the mage a rogue skill. It may make us think that it hasn't affected the battle when really it was just a mistake. Actually, it won't affect the battle. It won't affect the battle, but we may not realize that we've made a mistake. And then we may draw conclusions based on the incorrect assumption. Yeah, the rest of the stuff I don't care about. I don't even know if I wanted to try haggis where I would around here. Yeah, there's probably a way to find it. I wonder, I've never heard of a Scottish restaurant in America. I wonder if they exist in Seattle. Kind of curious right now. Scottish restaurant, Seattle. Okay, there are Scottish pubs, I guess. But if you look at, I'm going to be very careful about what I show here because I don't want to show where I live exactly. But there's this McLeod Scottish pub, Premier Meat Pies, Hudson. Yeah, I don't know. Does that sound appealing to you, Bells? Those are theme bars more than restaurants, yeah. Ensure adventurers have skills from the simulator. Cool. All right, print how long the simulation takes. Not possible to tell from this right now. Yeah. We don't have a stopwatch already, but I guess we can just get one. And we probably want to do this for each simulation. How do they print right now? Ran 100 battles in an instance, and then we can say how long the simulation took. Right after that. Yeah, let's do that. Stop, and then get the time elapsed, and then format it. Yeah, sure, I guess. Where do we do this? Process results. Start battles, here it is. All right, I guess let's keep track of a public static. What am I doing? Private static stopwatch. We got it eventually. All right, so there's start, stop, and then get the elapsed time. I wonder if we can just keep using this. All right, so when you start battles, where do you start battles? Here. Call create instance on all this stuff. I guess we'll just do it right here. Stopwatch dot start. Is there an is running? Because if so, we can get rid of the Boolean we have for is running. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we can get rid of this is running battles thing. I've been addicted to baking bread. Become a bit of a problem. Set an alarm for 5 a.m. so I can have a fresh loaf ready. I feel like the people I know in my life who bake bread bake it practically every day, or at least get into phases where they do. I think it is something nice. Also, there are lots of different kinds of bread you can make. It's not just like dinner bread. There's also a lot of sweet breads you could make. Well, I don't know how well those work on a bread maker. So we start it here. We need to stop it up here. I guess we have to do it before process result. Yes, stopwatch dot stop. Process results. Okay, get the elapsed time. And format it. Name stopwatch doesn't exist, yeah. Name can be simplified. Sure, great. I don't care about hours. I just want minutes and seconds. I don't even care about minutes. I just want seconds. And I guess milliseconds are fine. All right, that should hopefully work. Stopwatch doesn't exist in the, was it lowercase? Yep. So simulation time equals this. Then write S after it. Cool, let's try it. I mean, a bread maker is just an oven, right? I think you're thinking of the like the hook mixer that some people use, but I don't think that's usually part of a bread maker. Well, maybe it is. All right, simulation time equals 2.74 seconds. Yeah, this seems like it's right. I don't know why there's a leading 0. Because of this? That's stupid. Stupid. I guess we just want this point, this. Why is this dividing by 10? I don't want it to divide by 10. Am I going nuts here? Why would I want it to do that? You literally just dump in the ingredients? Wow. There's a thing. Excuse me. There's this thing to make roti and chapati for Indian cuisine, which you also just dump in ingredients, except for this thing's pretty expensive. And a lot of people who have Indian cuisine typically have some sort of like flatbread with their dish. And my wife was thinking about buying it for a while, and we had some friends who had it, and it's expensive and it's like impossible to clean. Hey, James. Down the road to the bakery. You only make peppers. All right, so this printed out 2.722 seconds. Yeah, pretty cool. Why does this take so much longer to simulate the rogue? I think I know. And I think it's that we're not cleaning up after battles correctly. But the way we would probably verify this is by doing this. Oh, wait, or we need to restart this. Is that just double the time? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, maybe we need to restart it. It'll be clear to us once we run another battle, though. Excuse me. Okay, so we'll just copy paste this and run. And if they're, oh man, let me just cough. Excuse me. If they're increasing, it could actually mean one of two things. Either that we are not cleaning up or that we need to restart the timer. 1.4, 2.7, 3.9. Yeah, that seems to suggest that we need to restart this. Restart? Does this actually replace reset and start with a single restart? Oh, we could just do this every time. Well, I guess this could be a stop, but then the start should be a restart. There. And now, if the times are going up, then it probably means that we have something we need to clean up. And not that we just forgot to reset a timer. right, so first one takes 1.3. Well, 1.24, I guess. 1.3, yep. And 1.4. It does look like it's going up. So I kind of want to run this in a loop. 4 in I equals 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. I wonder what would be causing it to go up, because I think we delete the instance slots. So maybe there's something that's kept around tracking it. It's also possible it's just garbage collecting. So subsequent times happen to take slightly longer, but that it's going to cap at like half a second or something. All right, so simulation time 1.2, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going up. 1.3, 1.3. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. And these aren't the same battles. This one has inspiration. Wait, there's some variance, but I think that's fine. In fact, it's probably just the variance of how long the actual battle takes. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, so let's delete this whole thing. Let's go check that in. Definitely good suggestion by Dark. So we need this. Why is this yellow? Never liked this. Gotta put read-only fields in a different location. All right, check that in. Check that in. That. That. And that. Cool. So the only thing we didn't check in is the is simulating thing. Show simulation, battle simulation times. We used to only show the durations of the battles themselves, but it could be nice to know how long the simulations are taking. Able to provide, profile wall or memory at all? Not sure that's what you need here, just don't know a lot about this toolchain. Okay, so the way I would interpret this is like wall time and then mem as memory. I could profile memory usage. Wall time is what we're profiling with that right now. And I don't know if that's what you meant by wall. But yeah, what's going on, in case this isn't clear, so we have a battle simulator and it runs 100 battles at once in parallel. And we get the battle duration. Oh, also we speed these up to 8x. So we get the battle duration in real time, even though it's run at 8 times speed. And then we get the simulation time also in real time. So that's what lets us see exactly what the stats are for this stuff. Also, kind of interesting, if you look at this, most of these have 100% win rate, but some drop to 97% or 98%, which means that the win rate is probably like 99.3% or something like that, because most of them are 100. Doesn't really matter if it's not 100% win rate. Okay, so that's done. Start balancing characters. Cleric is terrible. They're one of the only healers. They're probably still important in battles. Yeah, we still have to do that at some point. Save all output to a file. I don't think we're going to do this. Other stats to track. Wonder how much life the enemies have left. Yeah, that could be good. The UI could be good. A repeat button. I don't think we're going to do that. Party or skill randomizer. The tutorial battle doesn't ever fail, but also it's very easy to mathematically prove that it doesn't fail. So there's no problem there. There's just hardly any variables in that battle. Oh, sorry. I put my water bottle on the piano keyboard and it was making a sound. I have Fruity Loops open. I was wondering what that sound was. Hey, Shelby. So what's the most important thing to do next, knowing that lunch is coming up soon, and then I'll just do a lot of this stuff after lunch? Burst mode that does 500 battles with random parties. Probably want stats to keep accumulating. You're going to read me about this. Sort of progress bar. I don't think we're going to do half of these things. We just need something that's good enough. We also need an economy simulation or something like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to delete this stuff. Do we want a party randomizer, though? Is that interesting? I think a lot of the skill builds are probably going to be bad. Yeah, if I just randomly click some buttons like this, this, does this make sense? I mean, I guess so. It's something a player could pick. And for all we know, it actually is better than the other stuff. Maybe it is worth having a randomizer. But we need to have some baseline for how well a party should perform. So I guess the thing that we'd be doing is we'd be fighting in the same instance with all the same level characters, but just and all the same characters as well, but just different skills for those characters, or maybe even just different skills for one character. I think it could be interesting to try. We'd at least be able to see how much of an impact can one player have, and how much can one skill point change something. Be an interesting test harness. Yeah, maybe we do the same. Maybe we start battles in the same location with the same party members and just vary the skills of one of those party members. But I think one of the questions there would be, what's the expected impact of one skill point on one party member? And at some point, we could try it out. We could have the rogue and we test every single possible build, let's say. And we find out, okay, that the strongest possible change you could make is like a 5% DPS increase and maybe like minus 5% damage taken or something like that. And then what would that mean for us? Like, should the average skill not really move the needle at all? I don't know. Dumping the results into CSV or JSON so we can parse to analyze. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Affy. Or Afi? How do you pronounce your name? But yeah, welcome back. Haven't seen you in forever. Afi. Okay, got you. I will write that down. If I have not already written it down, because I might have. Nope. Afi. All right, rhymes with coffee. Except for not really. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do here just yet. I think I do want to test some different parties out, though. So let's say we go to the volcano. We already know we need to rebalance this, though. We should just test with the party that I know I have at that point. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's how we'll carve through this. Is we'll play it from the player's point of view. Probably just pursue this like I'm a player and figure out how to get like the desired win rate from the next battle. What do we have written for content? Player-wide abilities for regeneration rates. That's pretty good. Add new monsters, add item names, description, flavor text, add the dragon. Huh, this actually isn't too bad. So we need to plan we need to plan the battles and what you're going to unlock. Yeah. Yeah, this might actually work. Okay, so plan what we want the player to be able to unlock after defeating the ogre. And off the top of my head, like maybe the armor shop, maybe the warehouse, I'm not sure. Almost certainly the town hall though, that's a definite. Probably not the enchanter just yet. Because I need to think of what am I actually expecting players to do at that point. Like, well, let's turn off the battle simulator so this isn't laggy. That should have been the only change, right? Yeah. All right. I'm just waiting for this to start up. But yeah, what you're about to see is what the game will look like pretty early on, but not right at the tutorial. So you'll have your potion shop. You can sell potions. You will have gotten this to level 2, so it'll have 3 slots. Although maybe we want you to unlock them one at a time. I'm not actually sure. I think giving you 2 at first is fine. And that's it. You can't even unlock any other buildings, although we do need to add the recycling druid. But then you'll eventually beat the first boss. What am I doing? I need to augment this. Yeah, so you beat the first boss. And what happens now is not what I'm going to keep. The rogue goes in the portal. We win that battle. And now you unlocked the ability to get everything. The weapon shop is there, the warehouse, the vault, the enchanter's den, the armor shop, the town hall. I think I want you to have the armor shop, the town hall, and the warehouse is questionable. Because if you build this out and get like a few different storage slots in here, are you going to feel a difference? You'll now start a battle. And when you win this, they'll just go into the storeroom. It's actually worse when you're not auto battling. Although at least they're right there. But there's no reason for the vault yet, so we could save that for the next one. After the third boss would be the vault, the enchanter's den. Rearranging the town has some ideas about unlock order. No. Oh, not message issue. Let me take a look at that. Whoops. Thinking about relocating shops the other day. I was thinking about changing the loot first to be more weapon type oriented with potions and push the weapon shop a bit to the back. Put it even closer to the potion shop. And the reason for changing the loot would be to make the weapon sales more accessible to get more money to unlock another shop. Having armor and weapon mixed forces you to build 2 shops and potentially lose items from the shop you don't have. I could assume the instance loot would present as following. Some potions and some small potions and a couple weapons. Sorry, I had to scroll down and see this. I understand what Dark's saying. We have this shop here, but whether or not it's weapons or armor doesn't really make a difference. We could just swap the locations of the shops. Yeah, anyway, let's see. Raise money through selling potions. Need to remove armor from the loot early on. So it makes sense. Then only mix them with the armor items later. Building, expanding the storeroom. Unlock armor shop. I'm still not sure about the storeroom in general. I think we've changed the function. I think it works well enough. I guess you need to have enough quests so that you're getting more workers at some point if you need them. Yeah, maybe we do focus on the skill tree a bit more. Maybe expect 2 more points. Like 2 to 3 more points. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. That way you can start customizing. Yeah, I was thinking about this too, that maybe the vault should be after the enchanter so that you don't unlock it and then realize, wait a second, this was not all that exciting. Post change to the town. Everything will most likely change at 0.4 because you'd probably start using the enchanter of the vault or even the town hall. Yeah, town hall, the reason I think this should be pretty early on is because otherwise you got to deal with like super slow customers and only 2 of them. So I think by the time you've got 3 potions for sale, having 2 customers is like good, but then another shop, you'd almost certainly want more customers. Only 1 entrance except to the potion shop, having the entrance where the customers from the west side. Weapon shop would be closer to the potion shop. Armor shop would be closer to the storeroom. Where to put the vault or enchanter's den? Putting a shop closer to the storeroom could technically speed up the sales, make it less comfortable to manage the enchants. Enchanter's den and the vault would be relocated somewhere else. Last shop, kind of picturing the town hall to be south of the storeroom. Yeah, I should definitely comment on this, but a couple things. One, I do think moving the armor shop to be on the left side is a good idea. So I think I'm going to write that down. Move this, or like swap this with the armor shop or the weapon shop, so that it's all visible in one screen for now. Unlocked in waves. So in the first, you can only get X displays, and after every boss, you get to level more. Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. Set the cost. No, I don't even think the cost. Maybe like set a max level based on where you are in the game. That way you can't just unlock the whole thing. Maybe start the player with like 3 slots. Yeah, I like this. I definitely want the town hall to be there. And then I think getting another shop is a good idea too. Because you'll start finding armors. Then the warehouse, I think, could be something you could unlock, but you don't have to. And the Skeltree. So there should be quests for a couple of these things. So maybe like 2 quests for the armor shop. Each granting 1 more slot. And 1 quest for the potion shop, granting 1 more slot. So you have 3 total here. 3 total by the end of this. And 4 total by the end of this. Then after the 3rd boss, Enchanter's Den, for sure. The vault. Maybe not even the weapon shop yet. But after the 4th boss, I think it should just be like everything that remains. But we don't have anything else. So we would need to add new buildings. There could be like a jewelry shop or something like that. But I think maybe we need to have some other unique kind of shop or building. Not even a shop. So we have the town hall affects customers. We have the shops, potion, weapon, armor, just sells that specific item. We have the guild, hire adventurers. You pretty much start with this. This doesn't really count. And then you have the vault, stores items, but customers can't access it. The warehouse stores items and customers can access it. And then the enchanter lets you buff adventurers in battle by consuming items. So what's a good fit for some other sort of unique buildings? What are some other unique buildings we could add in? And what would they do? And I think a companion to the enchanter could be good. Crafter or something like that. You dump in many items and get more powerful buffs. So the second elite gives nothing? No, the second elite would let you unlock these things if that's what you're talking about. Like, wait, no, never mind. Sorry. The second elite, wait. This is after the second boss, is what I meant to say. Yeah, I see what the problem was. I wrote that stupidly. Yeah, I like this idea. I think this is pretty cool. We had the farming idea from a while ago, but the problem is that we need something impactful enough to arise from this, such that you want to interact with it. Because one way is you could just say, oh, well, you just sell produce for money. And in essence, it could just be another shop. So you're getting items from battle and you're getting them from this too. Could be that your workers need to go to the farm to pick up the items. And it's just another source that isn't battling. I don't know. Because what I'm worried about is, so like before defeating the ogre, I'll just say the first boss because it doesn't matter. For the first boss, it's the potion shop, the guild, and the recycling druid. And then after the first boss, it's this stuff. After the second boss, after the third boss, it would be everything that remains, which I guess we could say is like a crafting station and maybe jewelry store. And after the fourth boss, there is nothing else. Yeah, so my concern is you get to the point where you've unlocked all the sort of unique stuff that we have, and it's just like, oh, I guess I'm just playing out the last few hours with nothing new. You dump 5+1 power and it has a chance to give you plus X power. I'm not sure, but I don't want it to be tedious. So I think what we'd have to do is make it so that you can just dump in any item and it does it based on the value of the total item stuff. So like imagine a giant vat with a $sign over it, with a like total value showing on top. You dump in a small blue potion, the value goes to 3G. You dump in a medium green potion, the value goes to 8G. And now you click craft. You get an item roughly, or you get a buff worth roughly 8G, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. Although you might want a way to drag tons of items there. Maybe what we do is make it so that your workers could go over there. There's like an item bin outside and you can open it and set what the item is. That'd be kind of cool. That way they just automatically bring items there. Maybe it's like combine any 9 of them. I like that idea. We need to plan this more, but I'm going to write this down. Need to plan a crafting station. I think it would be cool to have an item bin like the shops do, so that your workers can be the ones to bring items to it. Maybe you just need to bring 10 of the same item and you get a gem with a buff directly in your vault you can use in the enchanter. The buffs would be much more powerful than the regular buffs from items. In fact, maybe regular items just provide dinky buffs from a pool of like 3. I'm not sure. Or maybe this gem system exists already. But still, I think we're going to run into a point where you've beaten a few bosses and you still have... Hang on, let's figure out the rest of this. I had said there would be, what, 7 bosses? After the 7th boss is you've beaten the game. So after the 5th boss, after the 6th boss. And I think it's fine if you get nothing from the 6th one, but the 4th and the 5th, maybe there should be something, and I just don't know what it would be. After all of these, I guess you are unlocking 2 more adventurers each time. Yeah. 2, or like rogue plus mage. And then here, I don't know what they are. I'm just going to write some random classes. Cleric plus warrior. Here is archer plus witch doctor. Here would be the, what's remaining? Paladin plus golem. Here would be whatever ninja, and just gonna make things up. It doesn't matter because I don't know what else we're gonna have. The berserker and the summoner. How many classes is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, maybe there are 2 final classes. Just to come up with something, we'll say the monk and the wizard. But actually, I don't know if getting anything after the 6th boss is good. Maybe it's just upgrading your characters and stuff. They don't get into a store afterward and you use it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Write that down. Maybe buff only items just can't be sold, but can be recycled so that they can go into your storeroom. Then the vault has even less of a purpose. You get prestige among villagers with each boss out of the 4th. Items sell for more. You buy things for cheaper. I think that can be done, but it's not going to feel functionally all that different. And I think that's one of the maybe the issues in the game right now is like what are the functions of the game, or what systems already exist? And there's the selling system, there's the battling system. I mean, these are the 2 systems that are overarching kind of everything. Here, there's the customers, I guess you could say. There's the actual items themselves. So like their values, their quantities, maybe eventually their rarity. Maybe the crafting system becomes kind of the main point through which you make everything. You build like different crafting stations or something like that, because people don't like the basic items anymore. Maybe crafting becomes the main interaction point in your town. You can craft sellable items, e.g. 5 10G items can form a 500G item. Or disenchantable items. What happened to the bot game? I think I have a command about it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Sense of achievement and way to do balance. They need to earn more, get more powerful to beat next boss. Yeah, but the power, the way this works right now is power comes from only 3 things. Leveling up increases stats. Leveling up gives you a skill point, which increases power. Well, like overall power, right? And then also disenchanting items gives you a buff. And that's it. I guess you could also technically say hiring another adventurer. Yeah. But that only increases your power if you didn't already have the maximum allowed. So for example, if an instance takes 4 adventurers and you already have 4, then hiring a new one isn't going to necessarily increase your power. Although maybe it does. Maybe there's a different loadout that helps you. But in general, it's just those 3 things. And 2 of them are kind of the same. So leveling up and disenchanting an item. So we could have some other axis along which you get more powerful. And actually, that's where maybe what we have is the stat salesman. Like maybe it's a food person. Need to plan other unique buildings. Could be it, like if we have a farm, maybe we have a chef as well, and this becomes a way to permanently increase stats of adventurers. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. So if we were to do that, then we would throw the crafting station in here, and then like the farm plus chef into here, and then that'd be that. And then you're just getting new adventurers for the last couple bosses. There's no gear. The gear is in essence the disenchanting. I do not want equipment to be in the game. And the reason why is I just think it's too much to micromanage. So the way this works is you can drag an item onto here and you'll get a buff. So here it says grant adventurers +1 power. That's essentially the equipment system. As opposed to hey, you open up your character, you see rogue, you're like, oh, there's a cloak, let's put the cloak on the rogue. If you were to do that, the reason I don't like an equipment system is because all items then need to do something, which means you need to, at a glance, tell if an item is better than another item. Then you need to equip them all for all of your characters at any point that items get better. So for example, if early on in the game there's cloak and it's just +1 armor, and then later you get like strong cloak and it's +2 armor, you still need to go drag 7 strong cloaks onto your adventurers. And when you have 12 adventurers, you need to drag 12 onto there. And it's like, I don't think it adds anything to the game. It drastically increases the complexity. So that's why we settled on the enchanter. You eventually unlock 3 different crystals. And when you want to, you know, quote unquote, equip a cloak, you just put it onto the, whoops, I right clicked. You put it onto here, you end up with multiple enchantments. And this is also, the other thing I like about this is this lasts for a certain amount of time. And then you just have like several buffs at once. So here we have these 3, and you might be like, oh, that's a cool combination. And maybe it's cool, maybe it's not cool, maybe it lets you do more than you could have done originally. I think of monetizing it, yeah, definitely. It'll be a one-time sale kind of game. A dye shop, certain colors act like camo in specific areas that make enemies miss. That's very similar in function to the enchantments. So you can imagine like green dye gave you more power, but blue dye made you move faster. So I'd want something with a slightly unique function. Where did the enchanter graphic go? That is a great question, but I very likely broke it when I switched the scene. Oh, man. It's so stupid. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out at least. I gotta fix that. Did I launch the game? No. What we're working toward right now is version 0.4, so another alpha. This got broken when I rearranged the base scene, and so much can go wrong there. Yeah, right now the timeline is, take a picture of this. So we are here, and this is when we're going to launch 0.4. That's not how 0.4 is written. Whatever. 0.4. That'll launch on the 22nd. So we got 9 days in order to fix things. Hey, Geek. Is 0.3 launch already? It is, yes. But I don't recommend playing it because of how much we've changed. So you could technically play it here. But like I said, I strongly recommend against doing this. Because you might play and be like, oh, I'm just curious about the game. I want to learn more. But I think it'd be more valuable for me if you gave feedback on the newest version and if you're new to that version as well. It is still valuable to get returning players' feedback, but I think it's more valuable to get new players' feedback at this point. Okay, so we got to plan some more shops and stuff. I think the general question I have, does the overall progression look good? At some point, new stuff has to stop because we don't have an infinite game. So is it, yeah, and what happens when it does stop? At that point, I feel like we should be pushing each system to its limit. You're selling tons of items. You have powerful enchantments. Your adventurers are getting stronger in more than just skill points, etc. Yeah, all working up to the final boss. I think the other thing we're going to need to do is plan out how long each of these things will take. So before the first boss part, I timed my friend the other day. Let me just look at the notes that I took. Give me 1 sec. Although he was probably a little slower than most people would be if they were playing the game. Okay, here it is. So we started at 6:10. At 6:24, he hired the rogue. At 6:37, he unlocked the canyon, which is where the ogre is. And at 6:42, he beat the ogre. So it took him 32 minutes from start to beating the first boss. And I think that's a reasonable amount of time. But then I think the next boss should take you probably at least an hour. Like, we plan on having 7 bosses in the game for the game to last like 5 to 10 hours. So yeah, if the next boss does take an hour, it's like, what are you doing to get to that point? And are you having fun doing it? And I feel like you're going to just speed through this content. I don't know. This is going to be a challenge. Because I don't want the game ending up being like 4 hours long. Unless people are having an intense amount of fun during that time. You done the customer interview for why they downloaded and played the game? They as in users who are not part of the stream? Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing is already there. And I've shown this on stream before. I really need to get lunch. Yeah, but the form itself looks like this. So it's, I had fun playing the game. Did you play a previous checkpoint of Skeleseller? How did you find out about the game? How actively do you want to play? How do you feel about the current gameplay, and any other thoughts? So that's it, just those questions. And the responses, we got 28 of them. And people generally had fun, which is what I think is the most heartening about this. You can see the red and blue here is agree and strongly agree. And the total sum of that is about 90%, I guess. So yeah. Yeah, I'll be leaving soon, Sockton. And then, yeah, did you play a previous version? Split exactly down the middle. So 14 people hadn't played it. And given that 90% of the people said it was fun, that means that even of the people who didn't play it, they still seem to find it fun. And how'd you find out about it? Most people know about it through me. And how actively do you want to play? People want to be active or semi-active. So hopefully the semi-active thing kind of wins out. That's the kind of game we're making, pretty much. That's not enough. You need to find the root cause. Yeah, feel free to suggest questions. Also, root cause. I mean, I didn't show the final thing because there was personal info there, but it was like any other thoughts. We got tons of feedback through that, and that shaped this last like 2 months. So I do think we know why people are enjoying the game or not enjoying the game. It's not like it was just multiple choice questions. We got lots and lots. The reason I can't share it is because a lot of people are like, any questions for me, it's like, email at example.com. And I can't show that on stream. But if you were to see this, you'd see there is a lot more information about here's what I like, here's what I want to see, here's whatever, some bugs I found. And I think that that's generally been working well because we've done that now 3 times, and I plan on doing that a 4th time. But yeah, adding in new questions could potentially be good. I just want to be careful we're testing the right things. Anyway, yeah, I think it's probably a good time to go get lunch. So it is 12:26. I will probably take about an hour for lunch, and then we'll do 2-3 hours when I get back for streaming. I think it's going to fall into balance and content. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're not already part of Discord, or you're not following, or you haven't wishlisted the game or any of those things, feel free to click a bunch of buttons. But still, just thanks for watching. It's fine if you don't do anything else. I'll be back in an hour, like I just said, and then we'll be going for another maybe 2, maybe 3, something like that. Have a good rest of your day if I don't see you again. Take care.